Hello everyone, guys, welcome back to my how-to series. Now today's topic is how to control yourself. Guys, no matter what, in daily life, you have to be able to be a person who's controlling yourself at all times. Do you understand why? Because imagine a person who is out of control. Now, when a person is out of control, that person either goes to prison, they either get shot, and they either are doing illegal stuff and they're also aggressive, they're causing violence, and you never need those people on the street in daily life. You understand? Now, what you need in life is always never to be a negative person. I'm always a positive person. I'm never a peasant. I'm always making sure that no matter what, that you never stay a peasant, because no matter what, guys, my value in this video is going to help you moving forward. Now, in terms of life, you have to realize that self-control is everything in terms of mindset, in terms of emotions, in terms of IQ, and everything that you need in life. Now, those people who are able to self-discipline themselves more throughout life are people who are more successful, who delay gratification, who are people who are more alpha in terms of what they are doing. Now, a person who's more alpha is always a person who is more self-controllable in terms of what they are doing in life. Self-control is a key measure of your discipline in life. The more discipline you have, the more self-control you have. Do you understand? Now, those people who are able to lead have more self-control than those people who are dependent and never leading anybody. Do you understand? So when you're able to love yourself daily, more and more, you will find yourself self-controlling yourself more and more. You'll find yourself that when you're disciplining yourself more and more, you will have more love for yourself. You will also take care of yourself more. Those people who are actually always looking for a way inside to make sure that they never seek for answers in the outside world, but they look to themselves for the answer, are more of the people who are self-controllable in terms of they self-control themselves to be able to do something even better. Now, in terms of life, self-control is everything. When you go to the store, guys, make sure that you're always doing what's best for you. In life, you have to do what's best for you because, guys, that's how you self-control yourself. No matter what, you need to follow the outside world's rules. You understand? That the outside world has rules and you need to follow them. Why? Because it's about self-control. It's about let's discipline ourselves to be the best version of ourselves so that we can delay gratification, so that we can succeed in the long run. You understand? Because those people who have long-term perspective are always the people who have more self-control. Do you understand? Those people who are always going for outside circumstances in terms of they need the drugs, they need people, they need something outside of themselves and materialistic possessions to fulfill them, those people are less controllable in terms of daily life, and they also cause more violence, and they're also the people who are negative in terms of life. So what you need to realize is a person who never needs materialistic possessions, a person who never needs a person to fulfill them, a person who never needs, for example, anything related to negativity, guys, make sure that you realize that you make more for yourself in terms of money, that you're always a financial freedom person, that you always have time, that you're always a person who's succeeding. Now, those people who are negative are always more in denial than people who are less controllable. So realize this, that the people who need materialistic possessions, they need other people, and they need outside circumstances to help them, they are people who never delay gratification, and they are people who also are less controllable in daily life. So realize now, those people who are really, really successful are far disciplined than those who are never successful as you can be. Do you understand? So say a level 10 person is a level 10 success, while level 5 is a level 5. Why? Because the level 10 has more discipline than the level 5. The level 10 has more self-control. Do you understand? So how can you imply self-control into your life? What can you do today to realize that self-control is everything that you need? No matter what, you can see self-control as your answer in terms of life. You can see that self-control is something that you can do while you're eating, while you're having sex, while you're doing something amazing. No matter what, guys, it ties to everything. Sex is everything in terms of self-control. Do you understand? So no matter what, say a person who is having sex all the time, do you understand, and does nothing else, guys, that person has no self-control in any other area of life except for just going around having sex. Do you understand? So never be a sex addict. Do you understand? So there's a saying that if you do too much of anything in life, that it's very bad for you. Now listen, make sure that you're doing too much growth in life. Just stick to growth and you'll always find the self-control method. You'll always find the more spiritual way. you always be the more successful person, you always be doing something even better than yourself. Guys, that's the whole point of being better than yesterday. And the whole point of that is to increase skills, making sure that you have more skills, making sure that you can do something amazing, making sure that no matter what, you always have something in life to think about, making sure that no matter what, you're always doing what you set out to do, and that you're always giving value as much as you can. Because self-controllable people, people who love themselves, people who delay gratification, and people such as me who look in the long run of life, guys, realize the long run is the home run. Do you understand? Now realize, you need to realize that the long run is self-control. It's people who are self-disciplined. Okay, self-control is another word for self-discipline. So when you are controllable, okay, in terms of you control yourself and nobody else controls you, you're always going to find a better life. Now, outside circumstances in terms of other people in your outside life are going to try controlling you. They're going to try putting you in the 9 to 5. They're going to try telling you what to do. They're going to make a fool out of you. They're going to make everything out of you in terms of what they can do. Do you understand? Do you understand that that's the outside world, and that must never be you? What the outside world is doing to you, you must never do to the outside world. Why? Because it's about treating people better than they treat you. You understand? When somebody hits you, make sure that you just walk away. You understand? It's that type of figure. You never hit for hit. You understand? You never hit a person who hits you. All you do is you get hit and you just walk away. Do you understand? It's that simple, because you treat them better than they treat you. That way, you show more courage. You show more confidence. You show the better mentality. You show the bigger man or the bigger woman. Do you understand? You guys show bigger vulnerability. You show bigger vulnerability in that situation to really succeed, to prosper, to become abundant, to really see yourself as something more. Now, when you see yourself as something more, you always be a self-controlling person. You always be somebody who's really never defending themselves and never attacking anybody. You understand? So you're never defending yourself in daily life. So people who are defending themselves in daily life, they're always the people who are losers. Do you understand? Why? Because when you see the world defending their money, guys, they become cheap. Do you understand? When you see people defending themselves in a circumstance with people, guess what? They become victims. So never be a victim. Never defend yourself. If someone's attacking you, guess what? Just grow from it. See the best case scenario, and please, please, please try to make a resolution in that aspect of life. Either remove yourself from the situation altogether, do you understand? Or, guess what? Avoid conflict altogether in terms of violence. Okay, so never be violent. Okay, never seek to intimidate people. Never seek to hurt people. Why? Because people who are self-controllable and more successful are people who never ever cause violence, are people who never go and seek to intimidate or scare people. Do you understand? So the news today, the news, the radio, there's also so much material in the planet that can make you negative in terms of Google, website browser. Do you understand? And you need to realize that when you're reading the worst information possible, people lie today. Okay, and you have to realize that people can lead you astray with their information. So be careful how you get your information today. Okay, so luckily I've been blessed to take action to find some mentors for myself, and I've surrounded myself with 100 mentors a day. And guys, I surround myself with my best mentor in life, and that's me. Okay, so every day I get lifted up by me. I wake up for me. I walk my shoes. I make sure I plan for myself. I make sure I do what I set out to do. I make sure that I succeed for myself. I make sure that I help people for myself. I make sure that I give for myself. I make sure I'm growing for myself. I never do it for anybody else. So people who are first in their life, such as me, is always a person who is more in self-control than everybody else who is number 2 in their life. So, for example, you may have somebody in your life, or for example, you see the outside world who is just looking very ugly compared to what they can look like. Why? Because they are neglecting themselves. Do you understand? Now, I'm a person who's never neglecting myself, ever in my daily life. I'm never neglecting myself. Now, I may be unaware of something in life right now. I may be unaware of so much that I can really improve upon. But guess what? When I see my past results, I see the person who I am today is much better than the person I was in the past. I'm better now than I was at 1 year old, when I was 2 years old. Because you have to realize now, I'm right now, and I'm never in the past. So the reason I'm here now is I feel like I was just born. Do you understand? So that's the person who is living life to the fullest. Because guys, I feel I am reborn in every second. I'm always growing. I'm always doing something according to a better way of life. Now realize this, that a person who is always better than yesterday is always a person who has more self-discipline, is always a person who's leading in life, and is always a person who's just going to give you in a video as much as they can, or give you in some type of content, give you something for free, so that you really see that you can trust that person no matter what. When you go on YouTube, you can trust people who give you information for free, do you understand? But only who are popular, only people who have success, only people who are better than yesterday, only people who have what you need. Now, what is it that you need? You need to figure out what you need, and you need to start planning in daily life. Why? Because that's a self-controlling person. A self-controlling person looks to be on the offense about life, looks to really, really improve their life about all aspects of life, always doing something according to a better life. You understand? A better life is self-gratification in terms of only loving myself. So when you're in self-gratification, you're really pleasuring yourself in a way that you're growing yourself, and you never need outside circumstances to fulfill you. You understand? So that's self-gratification. Do you understand? That's a self-righteous manner. That is a self-controlling manner. That's a self-disciplined manner. That's a self-loving manner. That's a self-achieving manner. Do you understand? That's a self-development manner. So just realize, those people who are always loving themselves completely, no matter what happens, they never fear life. They never fear the outside circumstances. When people attack them, guess what they do? They just remain still, and they realize to grow while they are standing. You understand? Realize this now. When you're in discomfort, you are more disciplined. Realize where the discomfort is, that's where you must be. You must never be in comfort zone. You must never be a person who is on the defense. You must be on the offense about life. Now, when you're on the offense about life, you will observe your thoughts. Now, when you're observing your thoughts, guys, you realize I'm never blind. Now, the reason I say that is when you're on offense, you realize no matter what, that you will be financially free, that you will take control of your life, that you will have life in your terms, that you'll do everything that you can to succeed. Now, there are many blind people in the planet. Do you understand why they wear glasses, why they're dumb, and why they are stupid in life, and why they're blind? Now listen, blind people are stupid. Blind people are dumb. Dumb is another word for stupid. Do you understand? Idiot is another word for stupid. Idiot is another word for dumb. Do you understand? Why are these people blind? Because blind people never observe their thoughts. Do you understand? So people who take action to see every thought in their mind are people such as me who write their thoughts down every single time. Why do I write my thoughts down? Because I find I can really solve my own puzzles and equations and problems by writing it down. It's much easier for me to do it on paper or inside my electronic phone, which I have a note system. Inside my Samsung A20 Galaxy, I have a note system, a notepad, where I press on it and I start to type all my electronic notes in terms of my thoughts into the electronic phone, into my journal, into my phone. You understand? So I write it in my phone and then I upload it online. Guys, no matter what, and then I give it out for free. Why? So that I can expose myself, so that I can have more discipline and more success. I just found out recently that no matter what, that when I realized that I was about to talk about my family in one way, I realized never to expose what I was supposed to say, because suddenly they could see what I say. So guess what? It bettered my attitude in aspects of life where I would have started to say something about them, but because now they see it, I see something even more clear, that, hey, there's no need to talk about them at all. Let's just talk about me in life. Do you understand? So I learned something from that. You realize that when you expose your journal, when you expose who you are each and every day of your life, you'll expose your story more and more and more. Guys, when the world reads your story, guys, you'll be more entitled to be successful. Do you understand? Because they see your story. And now, it's never about them, it's about you. Do you understand? It's about you. Let's focus on you right now. You need to realize that you need to be a person who is far developing in life. You need to realize right now that you need to be moving on in life. You need to realize that when you're giving a video, when you're giving a speech, when you're doing some content, never worry about the time. When's the time? The time is now. Okay? Realize that the more you give, the more you shall receive. Realize now that you always have more opportunities to pause the video and do your video in a better setting. You understand? No matter what happens, make sure that you're doing your videos in a better setting all the time. Make sure that people are never around you when you're doing videos. Why? Because you'll be more successful when people are never distracting you. You understand? When you're going alone in life, when you're traveling alone, you realize that the crowd will never come with you. Guys, I've been traveling Australia now for 9 months. Nobody's coming with me. And guess what? Except for me, I'm the only person in my life who's actually going everywhere with me. Now you have to realize the crowd will never come with you. Why? Because they're people who are going their own ways. And you have to realize that people in your life right now are only your fake friends. So you need to move away from the crowd, so you realize that you need to be more disciplined about what you are doing in life. Because when people are giving you alcohol and you're taking it and you're drinking it because they gave you $6 for it, guys, that's a stupid mentality. Do you understand? You never drink alcohol because someone invested in you to drink alcohol to kill your life. You understand? No matter what, you never invest in those friends in the first place. You go to a better place. Even though that may be familiar, even though there may be a familiar face in terms of you grew up with them and you may think you know them, guys, you never know anybody in life. Guys, people are always changing. People are either becoming worse or they're either becoming better. There is no in between in life. It's either you're dying or growing. Now, the people who are living for the weekends, doing drugs, and also living the ice life, they're doing ice, they're doing the junkie mentality, they're smoking and drinking alcohol, they're smoking a pipe. Guys, realize this, they're smoking also weed. You have to stay away from those people. I'm never smoking weed. I'm always a drug-free person. Guys, realize this. Caffeine is also bad for you. Those people who drink caffeine and do all those aspects of life, you need to stay away from them anyway. Why? Because you need to succeed more. Do you understand? You need to be more alone anyway. You understand? It never matters what they are doing. It matters that you succeed. Now, people who are drinking caffeine are also going downhill. Why? Because I'm a person who was drinking caffeine and I was going downhill because caffeine always gave me anxiety. Caffeine always made me anxious. Caffeine always made me aggressive and made me crave the outside world circumstances in terms of a drug to make me feel good. Do you understand? So never be a slave to caffeine either. Otherwise, you're losing your life. Guys, when you were born in life, when you were born, you never drank caffeine. So why would you drink caffeine now? Because the outside world maybe conditioned you to. So when I say maybe, you may be a person who's drinking caffeine right now. That means the world outside of you conditioned you to drink caffeine. Do you understand? Because of the people around you. If you're drinking alcohol right now, it's because of the people that you are surrounded with. If you are smoking cigarettes, it's because either your family members are smoking or you're hanging around with people who are smoking cigarettes. If you're doing illicit drugs, it's because around you right now, you are listening more to the people who are doing drugs. You understand? So who you listen to on a daily basis, you become. Now that's why I surround myself by myself with 100 mentors who actually inspire me on a daily basis to live my life. No matter what, guys, I'm always alone in life. I'm always alone. You have to realize people around you are either dying or growing. You understand? You need to grow. You need to go up. So realize this. Those people who are growing, you need to be with them. You need to be with them and you need to be growing with them because that's true friendship. Do you understand? A true friendship, a true marriage, a true relationship with anybody, including yourself, is a growth one. Do you understand? When you're asking a woman to go with you and she says no, you need to realize to leave her alone and never contact her again. You understand? If you have a married wife or, for example, you have a spouse in your life, you have a girlfriend, boyfriend, you have a friend who never is willing to grow with you, guys, dump them right away and start going towards the people that will grow with you. Guys, I will always grow with you. No matter who you are. You come into my face and you're growing with me, I promise I'll be your friend forever. But as soon as you are dying, it means that you are now extracting value from me, and guess what? You have less value for me, so I have to go somewhere else now. Because guys, you need to be able to grow at my speed in order to be my friend. And what's growth? Growth is just let's help each other to grow. It's about consistency, collaboration, and business together to go up. As long as we're going up, I promise you, we can be best friends. We can be everything in life. You understand? No matter what. Now, there are people in your life who would say for you to slow down. You understand? And they'll criticize you. They'll team up on you. 501. They'll say, you are going to be somebody in life. Who are you to start doing this? Who are you to start being with her in life? What makes you so good that you read this book? Who are you to teach on camera? There are people this way. And those are the drug addicts. Those are the people who are never growing. Those are the people who are your critics and your enemies in terms of life. Now listen, in life, make sure that you are never your enemy. Now in the outside world, you will have enemies who really dislike you. Why? Because you're more successful than them. Now, as soon as you realize that you have to move away from those people, you will be more self-controlling and disciplined and self-loved in terms of you'll show yourself self-love and you'll be a person who's loving yourself more than enough to leave those people. Now, there's a guy called Will Smith. He's one of my inspirations in terms of ideas and in terms of how successful he can get. Do you understand? No matter what. Will Smith is a person who inspired me in life. Do you understand? No matter what. I'm a person who only gets inspired by me the most. Now, in terms of life, you have to realize Will Smith is a person who says, hey, instead of you eating that pizza, just say, hey, say for example, say that I was Danny. Say I'm me, right? I'm me right now. Say, hey, Danny, listen, I understand that you love that pizza, but guess what? You have to stay away from it because I never loved pizza in the first place. But say for example, say I did love pizza. You have to stay away from it because, guys, no matter what you do, Danny, you have to stay away from it because you have a better life this way. And I love you more than enough to realize that no matter what, that pizza will cost you money and health. So it's much better for you that you just go this way and that you invest in tofu instead. So I love you more than enough to say that to you. That's what MILF, in terms of I say, in terms of an idea that Will Smith has. Do you understand? So in that case, with the pizza, it's the same as you saying, hey, I see you guys who you are, but I'll just go this way because I love myself more than enough to realize that you guys are dragging me down. And then you just go your way. It's the same scenario, but you realize now that those people who are familiar in your life, guys, they're never familiar people. As you're growing up, they're never familiar people. And you have to realize people are changing. I am never the same person I was yesterday. Do you understand? I just did 3-hour content, realized no matter what, I'm here now. I'm here. So no matter what, realize I do content on a daily basis. And each time I do content, I'm a much better person. I'm a much skilled person. I'm now changed into a new person. I'm reborn into a new person. Once I finish this video, guess what happens? I continue more videos. But once I finish this video, I'm a much better version than I was before I never even started this video. Do you understand why? Because I now labeled some new characteristics in terms of thoughts, in terms of integrating my information in a better way, in a different way, making sure that you grab more value that I've never said before. I say it in a new way every single time so that I can learn my craft, so that I can be the best of the best still. I'm still the best of the best. I'm still living in the moment. I'm never living in the past. I make sure to always affirm I'm never in the past, I'm never in the future, I'm in the now. I'm living now. So when you're living now, when you're living this moment, you'll be a person who's self-controllable. You'll be a person who's self-controlling yourself only. You'll never look into self-control of people because that's a person who really has no control. A person who has no control is a person who, say, needs to go up to their wife and needs to grab their hand to drag her to another place. Do you understand? That's a controlling person. That's a person who's jealous of his wife being around with other men and he's protective of her. And for example, you may see Asian people, I've seen Asian people, they have a girlfriend near them and they'll grab her like this, like just because a person's walking by. You understand? I've seen Asian people do that. And I'm never sorry for it. Now realize this, now no matter what, you need to be a person who's never like that person. Do you understand? Now, probably everybody does it, no matter what. Guess what? Never be a person who drags your wife out of the way because somebody else is walking by. You know, it just looks that you're very overprotective. You know, so I've seen mothers of different nationalities grab the kids because a man was walking by. And so no matter what, it's a protective feeling. Now listen, no matter what, you need to realize that you need to just realize to let your kids be them. They're saying let them be them. See what the people are going to do. If the person touches your child, then say, hey, please stay away. Yes, but let the kid be. You never scare the kid. You understand? You never scare the kid as much as you can. Never scare your kids. Never scare anybody. Okay? If your kid's doing something, it's for a reason. You understand? It's for a reason. It's because they are doing trial and error. They're actually learning the life. They may be walking on the edge, and you may be so scared. You may be a woman who's so scared, and then you run up to your child. You say, "You never do that." And so you may be a person who's really shouting at your kids for walking and testing out the edge. And now you have to live on the edge anyway. They said. So a woman who even goes up to a kid who needs to scream at the kid for doing something, you have to realize that that's a person who has no control. That's a person who's mentally unhealthy. That's a person who will never be successful. Do you understand? A person who's successful will teach a kid what this edge is and how when you fall from the edge, you may break your head, You may break your leg, you may break your arm, and guess what happens from that point? Then you teach them more and more. You would say, oh, then you have to go and get an operation. Do you understand what an operation is? And your kid may say no. And then that's when they say they have to cut your arm off because you maybe you have no veins in terms of blood flow into your hand. Or maybe, for example, you may break your bone and they will have to cut up your skin and they'll have to go and make sure that they place that bone and put some screws in there. Now, do you understand what's a screw? And they may say no. Well, I'll show you in an actual photo what an actual screw is. And then, do you understand where this screw come from? And then, now guess what? Now you're learning with your kid how everything is made in life. And that's the whole point. You need to be learning as you're teaching your kids also. Now, you understand? Guess what that is? That is being on the offense. That is a person who's self-disciplined. Now, you never go and scare people. You never go and realize to waste your money in places where you can never find it again or that where you can never gain more. Do you understand? Now, listen, when you find money in you only. Now, money is everything in you. Realize that you are more important than money, and people who are chasing money, okay, are people who either have no health or are people who are worse than yesterday. Now, there are people who are chasing money also who are better than yesterday. And you have to realize that you never chase money first, you chase health first. Okay, health is more important than money. Now, when you have health, of course, you need money along with that. Okay, you need money along with health. How do you get the money? You make sure that you keep bettering yourself. You make sure that your legacy is much better, that you're giving free content and making sure that you're always doing videos, doing content and becoming a better version of yourself, even while the world outside of you is falling apart. Understand? Now, when I say the world outside of you is falling apart, realize that many people outside of you right now are broke. Many people outside of you right now have less than $500 in the bank with them. You understand? Now, guess what? You never keep your money in the first place in the bank. Why? Because the bank uses your money. The bank will use your money to realize that they can use it to better themselves. Guys, keep your money out of the bank. Make sure that you see it. Once you see your money, you see your money, guys, I'm never poor, I'm never broke, I'm never financially broke. I've been traveling Australia now for 9 months. I've been taking out my money from the bank, and guys, I see my money every single day. I count my money in my pocket right away. I have no need for internet to count my money. My money is always with me. And so no matter what, guys, I always need internet, no matter what. I'm always a person who's going back on my words, but realize now, when you have money in your pocket, you'll feel more abundant. You'll feel that it's real, you understand? And you make sure that the bank will never use it. You understand? Because guys, you never know what happens. You may have a subscription, they take $100 from you, and you never meant that. You understand? And then guess what? They take $100 from you, you paid your bill, you understand? And you never pay bills in the first place. Now, guess what? Say they took your money, guess what? It's nobody's fault, but you have to realize that you take out the money so that they can never withdraw any money from you in case anything happens. Do you understand? That you have security measures that nobody can take money from your wallet. And you keep your wallet inside of your pocket when you're going around. Make sure that no matter what, when you're walking around, that you have jeans in terms of when you put your wallet in your pockets. You understand? Because if you're walking around with shorts, your pocket, in terms of your wallet in your pocket, may fall out of your shorts because it's your shorts. You understand? So realize that you have tight jeans or something where you can actually put your wallet in. You understand? So also have a backpack where you can place your wallet inside your front or inside your bag pockets while you're sleeping. Okay? Put your bag beside you while you're around in hostels. Guys, realize people in hostels can also steal your stuff. I'll never steal your stuff. I'm never a stealer, I'm never a thief. Now you realize this now. A person giving you value is a person self-disciplined. Is a person who is self-disciplined. A person who is self-disciplined is a person always giving you value so you can succeed, so you can realize there is always a better way for you to do something. There's always something more that you can do and contribute in the world around you. Now, when you're always adding value around you, you'll always be more successful because you're lifting the world around you. They're bound to give you some money. So guys, as long as you're adding value, they're going to give you money in return no matter what. They're going to give you money, but when you expect money first without the service, that's when you're doing nothing for something. You understand? But when you're growing as a person and you're lifting everybody around you, no matter how much you're lifting, you eventually get money. So you could say that you're expecting money through your growth. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, because as long as you're adding value, you're expecting money in return anyway. You have to realize that. No matter what, I'm never doing this for free. I expect money in return for this. Do you understand? Either through sharing, either through people noticing me, either for attention, either through you watching me, that's money for me too. No matter what, money for me is also new opportunities. People may see me, I may have solved their problems. No matter what, they'll give me money eventually because I do it for free. Now, I do it for free because I have to do it for free anyway, with or without the money. Do you understand? I do it for free with or without the money. I do these videos with or without money. Why? Because it's my true passion in life. I am passionate about this. Now, I have also a music producing career. And now I plan to really be inside the stage, producing my own music in terms of playing my own music, singing my own music as well as being a vocalist for my own tracks, such as the Chainsmokers. You understand, the Chainsmokers are two music producers where they sing on stage and play their music. And then I plan to do the same thing, but I am a person who is solo. You understand? I'm a person who is far beyond what anybody else can do in terms of music production, because I can make every single genre right now. And that's part of my university. That's what I teach for free. Why? Because I solve people's problems for free, and eventually the word gets around for me. Okay? In either way, popularity comes my way, attention comes my way. Why? Because I'm solving people's problems, and that way, when you're solving people's problems, you always gain more attention. You'll realize that popularity is number one. Okay? You need more popularity. Realize that you need popularity with health. Okay? Realize, never chase popularity when you have no health. You need to chase health first and then popularity. Put health above popularity, okay? Now, popularity is attention. Put health above attention. Now listen, put health above people. Okay, put yourself first above people. Realize that personal branding is above material branding. Now, realize to watch my video about personal branding in terms of how to brand yourself inside my how-to course, guys. It's a 105 or 106. It's really going to help you. No matter what, you have to realize, guys, that I can always remember who I am. Why? Because I'm always growing. When I'm growing, I can see who I am much more in daily life. Now, realize that when I solve people's problems, the money is always coming back to me. Okay? I'm expecting money in return for what I do, no matter what. Oh yeah, because I do it for free. When I do it for free, money comes eventually. Either through sharing, either through people giving me opportunities, either through people loving me, either through my fans, whatever it is, through followers, the money's there, okay, when I'm growing. When I'm growing and adding value to the world around me, and I'm always lifting. Imagine a person who's always lifting the world. You're always going to get money because you'll be lifted. When you're lifting the world, you have nothing to worry about. So just stick to value adds, as Grant Cardone says. Value adds is another word for saying add value in the world around you, everywhere you go. You have a conversation with somebody, please seek to just add value to that person instead of just speaking to them. Now, there was recently where I spoke to this woman in my hostel. Guess what? I never added value. I just wasted my time with her. Really, I just see it now. I never really added value. I was speaking in terms of I, adding myself value. You understand? Now, I realized that when I speak in daily life, I have to be on the offense about who I speak to, or I have to give more value in the world around me. And yes, guys, no matter what, I make mistakes. And here I am adding value inside my camera, and I do 3-hour videos every single day adding value. Now, I realized that no matter what, even when I speak to people in hostels, even when I speak to customer service, so guys, my apologies about my video here. It just interrupted me in terms of my sequence. Guys, you have to realize that I just realized something as my phone died. No matter what, you have to realize my phone is always charging and it's always much better than before. Guys, realize this, that I just recently found out myself in terms of how I was thinking about life. Guys, I have a bio link where I have all my information in terms of what I do in daily life and how I give people value in terms of my video. Now, there were a couple of people who really texted me and messaged me, and also in my videos, I also mentioned that I never answer people's questions in daily life because guess what? They waste my time. And time is money, right? Now, there is no wrong or right in life. Now, you can see time is money, money is time. You have to realize now, you have to give your time and your value, even though those people actually ask you questions. For free, you understand? And that's what I just realized. No matter what, I was a person who was saying, oh, yeah, I'll never answer your questions because guys, no matter what, I need money for my time. No matter what, you have to realize you have to push through those barriers. You have to realize that you need to help for free for the rest of your life and lift the world around you, even online. When somebody is asking you a question, when somebody is trying to communicate with you, that you just reply to them either way. Why? You never just reply to them, you give them value. You understand? Now listen, what's more valuable? Is it more valuable for you to reply to them, or is your time more valuable? Now time is more valuable. So realize now, the reason I was doing what I was doing is because I can add more time with myself doing something more valuable than answering their questions. Now no matter what, I seek value everywhere. Now what I do is I make sure that my time goes in the most appropriate places possible. So I realize now that no matter what, I was never wrong, not right for what I've done. I just realized that I grew in another manner, and I realize now that the world can be helped no matter what for free, even though you may and may never have money. You understand? So realize now that the money comes in the value. When you're a person who's planning everything on video, you realize that it can be very easy for you to do it much better in terms of journaling it first, and then you can actually speak it once you've planned it out. You realize this now, right? You realize this right now. When you're planning everything out right now, in terms of your life, it's going to be much easier for you anyway. You just have to push through the boundaries, and you have to find your spot. You have to realize that when you're writing it, it's the same way as you are giving the video. You understand? So you realize to go back on your words every single time. You realize to always make sense of everything in terms of your videos. Now, Tony Robbins says, no matter what, that when you're living life, you need to also do more videos in daily life. More video is also more quality. Now, realize this. More quality as it shows your face. You understand? Now, writing only shows your writing. You understand? Your writing is also in video. Your writing is also your face. Your writing, you are doing audio, video, and writing right now in terms of when you're on video. When you're actually on video, such as I am right now, I'm doing video, audio, and writing together. You understand? So it's a whole package. The video is the future of life. You need to be more video, more video, more video. Now, never get me wrong, never get me right. Guys, realize this. Writing will help you, so will audio. Start with something in terms of video, audio, and writing in terms of your career. Start to really produce that content and produce it for free. Answer people's questions for free. Realize this, that when you're giving people value, you'll always be a happier person anyway. You understand? Why? Because you're never holding back. Guys, I was holding back with people who are asking me questions. Why? Because I found that I had a better way to do stuff. And no matter what, I see there is a better way now, that I can add people value because I'll still grow from it anyway. So I've got nothing to lose by adding value. I'm a happier person, and then I realized that I can never even dog people in terms of that life and that sequence. But I realized I'm a person who just does things my way, and then I realized to be self-reflective upon what I do, and that's why here I am exposing my flaws and my mistakes so that you can learn from them. No matter what, I'm a person now who's actually adding value always to the world around me, because it makes sense to never hold value back. When somebody's asking you questions, add value anyway, even when you have no money, even when you do have money. You understand? You do it with or without money. Why? It's still your passion. It's still your freedom. It's still everything that you need. That person can show you around. That person can do something amazing for you in terms of spreading you around for 5 people because you solved the problem for them. You understand? That person came to you for a question. Guys, you solved their problem with or without money. You're never expecting anything in return, even though you are. You understand? Yeah, you're solving their problems for free. Now it's up to them what they're going to do. But guess what? You're doing it for money. You understand? You're doing it for free, but you're doing it for money too. Why? Because guys, no matter what, in the freedom comes money. When you're doing it with or without money, when you're just adding value, the money arrives. Eventually the money will arrive with or without money. So just realize, when people ask you questions, when people are doing something to help you, add value. Either way, seek to add value to everybody around you, and realize that you're never wasting time for adding value. You're always bettering the world through your value giving. Do you understand? Give the world more value, and you shall receive more value in return. Now realize, I see my gaps, I see where I can improve. I realize that now the value add is always the way. The value add is always the freedom, everything. The value add is always the freedom inside me. I'm always a person who is growing, seeing life in a better way, because guys, that's about self-control. It's about, let's self-control ourselves to start really giving value to everybody in the world around us. No matter what, you may be in the world right now where you actually are, where you have the coronavirus outside of you right now, in terms of in the outside world around you, you have coronavirus everywhere. No matter what, guys, be a person who is always healthy, never worry about the coronavirus. Realize now, no matter what, that you need to be a person adding value either way. You need to be a person who is an adding value business driving capital investor, and a person who's really a rainbow in terms of all life sequences, making sure that you're always in a better mindset, making sure you're doing something incredible, making sure that you're always adding value to the people around you in conversation, because guys, when you're adding value, you always find something better to say. You understand? There's always a person who's much more interested in you when you're adding value. So no matter what, I have techniques. No matter what, I make sure that I lift my mindset in the air. I make sure that no matter what, my actual emotions are lifted. I push my emotions up in the air. I push my actual brain up in the air. I also make sure no matter what, that I put the eye in place right here, that I'm always adding value, and that I'm always doing something according to something, learning and teaching something on camera, teaching audio, teaching something that's going to help somebody succeed. So being that aspect of life, guys, I realized no matter what, that I can speak from a higher point of perspective, that I can realize that no matter what, I can now see how to self-control myself better. And the reason is because no matter what, when you're self-reflecting yourself, when you're actually becoming a person who's self-reflective of what you're doing in life, you realize there is always a better way for you to do something better in your life. You always realize that there is something better for you to achieve, something better that you can do, and something better that you can say. Realize this, the better you do in life, the better you'll realize that your results are much better. Guys, realize you must be a better person anyway. Do and start adding value in the world around you. Guys, never just post images. Never just post something. Post value. Post something that's actually valuable. Inside your story, inside your Instagram, never just post your trips and stuff of that nature. Start posting real content. Start posting real value. You understand? Start posting something that's actually educational in terms of always adding value to something. And never just about you. You understand? So no matter what, realize never just make it about you. Okay? What you do is you just make it about them. That's the best way to add value. So when you're doing an Instagram, when you're doing a social media, realize this, when you're posting in your story, just add value. Do you understand? Now listen, you can still show the world about what you do in your own mega online storage and let it be there. But everything else in terms of, say, that's in your website must be, for example, your social media can be your website. You can have also a separate social media where it can be your website, your branding page, whatever you're doing. Realize that your brand will add value. Understand? You need to add value, value, value. Value is king. Do you understand? Value is queen. You have to realize I'm a king in my life. That's the way I am. That's the way I am. So when you're adding inside your story, inside your Instagram, anything about your traveling, anything, add value. Add something that's actually teaching something in terms of life. So I realized many gaps in my life in terms of how I have been posting in my social media. How have I been doing it? Guys, I've been posting photos of myself. Just photos of myself, my branding photos. Now, my branding photos actually do add value. Why? It adds value that I love myself. In that aspect of life, I can still post my branding photos because it shows, hey, I have a simple criteria for myself to just brand myself inside my Instagram, and that's how I add value, because you can click my bio link, my mega drive, and you can find value that way. Other ways I've been posting inside my Instagram is funny videos. Also, those funny videos, you have to realize it adds really, let's say, nothing in terms of content. It can add something in terms of value. Okay, it can add something, but sometimes you're saying something. Realize to say it when you're just adding value. When you're showing photos of your travels, guys, it can add value. Honest, it can add value for you to show actual content in terms of where you're traveling. So because I am in Perth right now, I show inside my Instagram photos of Perth. And guys, realize this now. When you do that, you're adding value in terms of, hey, this is the Perth scenery. You understand? So you're adding value there. You understand? So seek ways for you to add more value and content into your stories inside Instagram and your social media. Guys, also another way is I post quotes. I post quotes and I post motivational content in terms of my videos. But what I do now is I make sure that no matter what, I just post inside my mega drive all of my content in terms of videos, in terms of anything that's really driven. So no matter what, I've been posting value. I'm just realizing now that no matter what, there's always a better way to add value. And that's realize never hold back. Never hold back anything. So when you're giving value, you realize you're a more disciplined person. The more that you can do videos in front of people, the more you can speak in front of people, the more you can help people, the more disciplined you are. So I've been helping people now for the past 3 days. I've been doing 3-hour videos. You understand? And on 2 separate occasions, I did 6 hours. Or 2 separate occasions of videos, just of content, just giving. Why? Because I'm very motivated to succeed. I'm very motivated to become more than myself. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I'm very much in the running to be more and more in life. So no matter what, I'm always more and more in life. I'm always seeing that no matter what, my communication can always be better, but I'm always realizing that no matter what, because I have the self-reflection tool, my communication is always better. Do you understand? I'm always growing because I self-reflect upon what I say, and I always take into reasoning what I say. I'm always looking back at what I say to make sure that it's exactly how I need it to be to actually grow myself. You understand? So I never just speak it in terms of being fake about it. No, I never speak to be fake. I speak to grow. You understand? When I speak, you can always make sure that I'll grow. You can make sure that I grow. I make sure that I grow. Do you understand? That's the way it is. And you have to be a person who's always making sure of yourself and your life and how you can live life. Guys, live life to the best of your ability. Now, in terms of my flaws, guys, I see the world around me saying, hello, start adding value, we need more value, we need you to promote yourself more. Why? Because more promotion from yourself is also more value. Understand? Now, I realize that I've been lacking in my life in terms of how I've been promoting myself. I just said, oh, let's just leave my Instagram how it is and let people spread me around. Now, what else can I do to add value in my life? What I can do is push myself to give more value in terms of promotion around all social medias, and also I can do, for example, in daily life, I can also push myself to invest into business cards, which is also more valuable in terms of gaining more success in the long run because I add value that way. You understand? So that's another value add right there. And that's something I just thought about in terms of, hey, I can invest $10 into a business card, just give them around. You understand? 100 people can see my actual Instagram and they can land into my self-education program. And that way I give a service for free while I give the money for it. That's a much richer way to think about life, and that's what I'll actually do. Why? Because that's how you actually grow. You realize now that you never just wait. You never wait for people to promote you and to share you around. You go sharing yourself around. You understand? So in this video, it's been a massive breakthrough for me already. I realize now that I can actually go to Officeworks now. I invest $10 into a business card of 100 business cards. I just go give them around. I'll go give them around. Either way, I'm adding more value into the world either way. Do you understand? Because guess what? I'm consciously walking into the Officeworks to make my own business cards, to promote myself for free everywhere else so that I can gain more from it. That's even better. Do you understand? So realize now that you must do that. You must be a person who is just growing, who's actually going out there and spreading your name in terms of Snapchat and social media. Realize, guys, no matter what, that you need more and more support in daily life. You need something more in life. You need to realize there's always a better way for you to do something. Realize now is your chance to really add value in the world around you. So guys, make sure that you do actually take those extra steps, that you do actually go and you give those business cards around, and then you go even on Snapchat and you just say, hey, this is my Instagram every single day. This is my Instagram. This is my Instagram. This is my Instagram. Every single day. Then you go on say Facebook and you say, this is my Instagram, this is my Instagram, this is my Instagram. Let people see your Instagram. Just promote yourself for free inside social media. Guys, let people see you, more of you and what you're doing in terms of on Instagram, and promote yourself any way you can for free. Around your daily life, in terms of hostile people, show people your actual Instagram. Give them value. Guys, give them value. You can never go wrong and you can never go right. You understand? Because when you're giving value, when you say, hey, this, whatever, speak with the people around you inside hostels and stop being a person who's really backing off from the crowd and backing away from people. Guys, realize to find people in daily life, and that's everybody who can add value to you. Guys, what you can do also is you can promote yourself on the street. You can promote yourself on the street. It's valuable for you to do so. And you put your Instagram with your free content. For example, inside your Instagram, people see Instagram, they visit your Instagram while you're giving a speech on the street, while you're doing anything on the street, while you may be singing, you may be doing something, but guess what? You're taking those extra miles for people so that you can actually help yourself even more. Okay, it's never for people, it's for yourself. So you have to realize that when you're speaking around more and more with the world around you, you must be in a place of add value. Add value, add value. That way you can always make sure that you have friends around you who are supporting you. When you are never speaking to the world around you, you realize they're rejecting you also. You realize that, yes, you may be in your own world doing something, and you may be thinking, oh, but there's always something better to do than speak to the people around me because they may be poor, they may be middle class, realize this, that you need to lift the world around you, whether you love it or not. You understand? Now, because I do love to add value, I can speak to the poor people around me, I can speak to middle class people around me, I can speak to anybody around me and lift them up always. That's always a better person than a person who stays away from poor people and middle people because they have something better to do. Now listen, no matter what, there's always something better to do. Now I'm never poor, but listen, no matter what, realize this now, that you can add this to the tally. You can say, yes, there's always something better to do, but what's better than adding value? There's nothing better than adding value. Now, when you're adding value, you're always adding more value. You understand? Now, what's better than adding more value? Adding even more value. You understand? No matter what, realize this. Yes, be a person who's actually going around Australia, going around the world, and really, really adding value to the world around you. That's how you really, really become successful. Guess what? Yes, you even have to do Instagram Live. You have to go and do Facebook Live. Why? Go give value anyway. Stick to value. Stick to value. Guys, that's the best way. YouTube, go give value. Go give value. Guys, no matter what, I have a token right now. I have my own self-education program. So what I do now is I just create these videos on a daily basis. And each time I create videos, guys, I make sure to stick to one Instagram. Why? Because I have value this way. I have other ways in terms of making value. No matter what, people will eventually spread me around because I'll take those extra steps that I've said in this video. No matter what, no matter what. Now I see a better way for me to actually do life and do business by adding just value. No matter what. Now, because I am the content king in my life, I realize now I will do much more to promote myself because I realize that even though I've been a victim of life, I was saying people were never doing this for me. People were never doing it for me. People were never giving me money. People were never noticing me. Why? Because I was never doing enough to make them notice me. I thought, oh, let me just post a link of my free content and they'll share me around. No, you have to do more than that. You have to do more than that. You have to realize now since you have the link and you have your content ready, all to go, what you need to do now is you need to go promote your content everywhere for free. Realize that now. You have to go around speaking with people more now. So I was a person who would go hostel to hostel, and guess what? I'd mind my own business. I never talk to other people around me. I say hello and I just go my way. Now I realized how sick I was. Do you understand how sick I was? I was very sick because, guys, I was thinking about myself more than them. Now, in that aspect, that's how I grow. I've still been growing. I've been growing better than yesterday. But I realized a broader term now. A broader term, yeah, I can still grow even though I give them value. What have I got to lose? I've got nothing to lose. When you give value, you've got nothing to lose. When you give value, you'll be a star always. You understand? So realize this, that's the definition of self-control. That's the definition of increasing your discipline. Increasing your discipline is a person who's really, really pushing boundaries in their own life to add more value. Why? Because it's about let's give a service first. Let's give first a service so people get to trust me. How do people get to trust me? I have to walk up to their face in daily life, give them my business cards, even though they never even see my content. You understand? That makes sense. No matter what, you have to realize. Yes, because it makes sense to do that because no matter what, before what I was doing is I was just sitting in terms of my Instagram and just waiting for people to look at my story and they will go to share me around. And then forever, I just wait that way. I never wait now. You understand? No, I never wait. What I do now is I go into the world. Okay, I go into the world. I promote myself everywhere inside social media. Now, you may be asking, oh, it makes common sense what you're saying. Maybe I may even go somewhere else. No matter what, guys, you can feel free to go anywhere you need in life. I'll give you value either way, no matter what. I'm important in life. I'm always giving value. Now, no matter what, yes, I make mistakes, guys. I make so much mistakes. And no matter what, I learn from them. I've already learned from them. So what you're thinking before, guys, I've already outmaneuvered you right now. No matter what, I'm always growing. I'm always learning. So as soon as you start thinking that the world outside of you is your enemy, you have to start increasing your value more. Danny Milivojevic. How do you increase your value more? You realize you have to start adding more value to the world around you. Your mother dislikes you. You need to realize that you need to start giving more value to your mother. Who's your mother? Your biological mother. Your biological dad. You realize that your parents, who are your biological parents, never like you. You have to realize that you need to start adding more value to them. Now, who's your real mother? Who's your real family? You. You're your real family in life. You understand? Your only number one true friend and family members are just you. Your face, and that's it. Everything else is your biological parents. Everything else is your friends. You in terms of outside circumstances, in terms of other people, but your true friends is you. You understand? You have millions of friends inside of you now. It's all of yourselves. Everything now that you've heard, guys, I've unlocked a bigger potential for me inside this video. I realize now that I need to do more in life. I need to do more. I need to step up now. And I have to realize I have to go and invest my own money so that people can get value from me. And that's being on offense. Being on offense, that's the whole point, okay? That's the whole point of living life, okay? Now, I was really fast to even see this in life. It just came as a real surprise. I see no matter what, I'm always better than I'm better than better than I. You understand? I'm always a person who is living life and doing everything according to the best of my ability. Now, I realize how I've been wasting time in my life by just having random conversations like, yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. And then I'll leave right away. I'll see you soon. That's how I was treating those people. No matter what, realize this. I had the eye in place. So what was I doing there? I was never adding value. I was just selfish. I was just a selfish person. I was just a person who was just speaking to them, but I had no value. I never seek to say, hey, when are you going to quit smoking? Because I can help you with my Instagram. You can click on my bio link and I can show you how to quit smoking. And now, guess what? In my daily life, now, imagine my daily life, people actually coming up to me for actual help. Guess what? I have to step up now. You understand? I have to step up and I have to say, hey, I have my time, right? There is no wrong or right. I have my time. So imagine now a person approaching me to ask me a question. Go answer it right away for free. Go answer it right away for free. Say a person asks me, for example, to give a keynote speech. Guess what? I have to step up. I have to add value for free first. You understand? That means with or without money. Believe me. Now, I was a person who was also charging $50,000 an hour for my level of intent. Why? Because I show myself that I have high value. You understand? I show myself I have high value. Now I realize that, hey, when I go give a free speech, guess what? For me to ask for money, guess what? I can ask for money and I can keep it at that way. But what for? Go do it anyway. Go give value, and guess what? You have automatic 100 people looking at you. That's the money. You understand? The money is let's go for free to the public speaking seminar, and let's give a free seminar now. Let's give a free seminar now, and 100 people will see my face. And 100 people, when they love me, they'll spread me around. That's the money. You understand? Is it for free? No. It looks for free, but guess what? Yes, it's for free, because I never asked for the money first. Now, in that term, yes, it's for free because I never asked for the money. But is it really free in terms of when it's for free? No. When it's for free, when you're doing things for free, it's never for free. You understand? There is no such thing as free in life. Now, I'm doing this for a reason. I'm never doing it for free. I'm doing it so I grow. You understand? So when I go to a seminar and I give a speech, I never ask for the money first. I just go. And that's what you need to do. You just go. When I give you opportunity, you just go. Understand? Now, because I planned it in my video, I'm much more prepared to never ask the person for money, because I was a person who just changed my resolution in terms of, hey, instead of me charging them for $50,000 an hour, let's never just go for free. I get 100 people or more in attention, and they spread me around because they love me, because I give value anyway. Understand? That's a much better term. That's a much more richer person who does that. That's a much more, hey, I have the mindset to give value for free forever, with or without money, and let people take advantage of me, because when I give them value, they never will. People can never take advantage of you when you're giving value for free. Do you understand? They can never do that. Do you understand? When they see you giving value for free, in terms of you never ask for money, in terms of that's between you and those people who actually invited you. But then when you're stepping in front of the crowd, they have no idea did you take the money or whatever. But what you do is you never pitch them money for your business when you're actually giving a speech. Do you understand? Because I see many people, such as JT Fox, he would be, say, giving a speech, and he pitches $4,500 at the back of it there, please, for me. Now, no matter what, I'm never that type of person. What I am is a person who now would go in front of the crowd. I'll say, hey guys, I have value to give you, and this is what I can do for you. Go to my Instagram, it's my landing page. I'll give you all the value you ever need in life. Now, guess what? When people are, say, around you, dragging you everywhere, you understand? What do? You understand? You just make sure you give them value, but make sure no matter what, that your time is more valuable than anything. And I realize that if you're self-neglecting yourself because of them, that's when you say no, sorry. That's when you have to say selfish about it. And so you have to say no, I can never cross this boundary. Why? Because that's why you are selfish. Now, selfishness is going to get you even further in life because of that. Because if you cross the boundary of, say, you're doing the self-neglection method, then guess what? Then you have to realize to step back into your boundary in terms of where you love yourself the most. Realize never cross your boundaries to love somebody else more than you. Otherwise, you have stepped into the worst territory where you are now taking from other people. You understand? So people who are neglecting themselves are taking from other people only. They're never leading. You understand? Now, yes, they may be adding value, but they're never really adding value. You understand? They're never really adding value because, guys, their health is number 2. Now, you have to be a person whose health is number 1. Now, realize, yes, people may be taking advantage of you, but are they really taking advantage of you when you're adding value? No. How can I really take advantage of you? So realize that I had some myths in my mind. I realized that no matter what, I was saying 1,000 people who approached me to ask me questions. How about my time? How about my time? They said my time is money. My time is money. Money is time. Money is time. I need money for my time. And guess what? Now I realize just add value to those people, and they'll add more value in terms of money and everything for me in the future. They said that's how you work for a freer life, for a better life. You understand? You go even, for example, with my weight loss designs, what I have to do is I have to realize I have to go do it for free. I have to go do it for free everywhere. You understand? Why? Because that's how I add value. I get results that way. I get people who I actually work on in daily life, and I make them lose weight easily. Why? Because I'm doing it for free in terms of learning how to actually manage other people and how to help them lose weight. Now, I've lost weight for myself. I already see the results. Okay. Now, to be able to see how to lose weight, guys, you have to realize that you have to learn, you have to grow. Now, for me, it's about now. Hey, instead of me going and helping those people, because it does take time, guess what I do? I make sure no matter what to teach it all inside my Mega Drive anyway. Okay, I teach it inside my Mega Drive, and that way I have 1,000 people and more audiences inside my Mega Drive on a daily basis. But first, I have to build attention. How do I build attention? I make sure to go around in daily life, giving my money in terms of what I make in my life. No matter what, I'm always seeking better ways to live life. I'm always seeking better ways to do value. So guys, no matter what, for me to be able to give my actual business cards just so people can see my Instagram and my folders and stuff like that, guys, realize that it's never a waste of money. Because guys, when you're giving 10 cents for a person, no matter what, you may help somebody. You understand? And that's the whole point. Go give money so you can help people. You give the person money to help them. That's the rich mentality. You understand? Hey, sir, let me give you $5,000 so I can help you. That's the rich mentality. You understand? That's how you think. That's how you do better. You understand? Now, when you're thinking, you always have to think better. Think better, do better, give value and add value at the same time. Never give value to get value. Just give value and you will already receive value in what you're giving. It's so simple. So say I give you value of $5,000. I just gave you value, and now I give you extra value, and I never expect value from you because I already received it in my giving. That's a blessing. That's the blessing in, hey, you just went up to a person, you gave him $5,000, you never asked for anything in return, you gave him more value on top, and guess what? You were given in what you gave. What did you give? You gave $5,000, which gave you a feeling. You gave you a feeling. You gave someone $5,000. I promise you, you give $5,000, you'll receive one feeling. It's an amazing feeling. It's a rich feeling that you gave $5,000 to somebody. It's going to keep you in that level of net worth. And then what you do is you add more value. On top of that, you add more value. And guess what? You've increased your value. And because you get value on top of that, on top of the $5,000, you now are on a richer conscious level. So what you do is you seek to give people money to give them value, and you expect nothing in return. You understand? That's how it is. That's how it is. And then you work for free all your life, adding value now. Adding value. Now, it's never, hey, who do I get from? No, you never get from anybody. You understand? You never get from anybody. What you do is, you now go directly to the person and you say, hey, here's my service. How can I help you? So when you're giving the person business cards, they're saying, how can I help you? Please take that. You can speak to them too. You can speak to them on the spot. You can add value to them on the spot. Understand? When you're speaking with a woman, a man, in daily life, you're going clubbing, whatever, add people to the world around you inside the club. Add people around you to everywhere you go live, and you realize you always have friends. You always have somebody on your side because you're always growing. Now, I realized that I was lacking so much in this area. I was lacking so much to see how to really give. Now, I've realized now that I've learned this on my own. No matter what, I'm always learning, I'm always growing more. And I see Gary Vaynerchuk, he's inside Instagram live with other people, and I'm saying, wow, man, you can be with your family. And no matter what, I see because he's doing that, he has a better life for himself anyway. Why? Because he's adding value. He's adding value, the guy. Now, his family may even be happy for him to do that. In a sense, so no matter what, you have to realize there's always a better way that you can do something, so stick to adding value. Guys, I always say, no matter what, when you're around the world and you're disconnected from life, you're never talking to other people in terms of you're going hostels, and you're never really investing in them in terms of value, they'll never invest in you anything. When you are never investing in other people in terms of value, you will never be a person who gets invested in from others either. You understand? No matter what, you are the most important in your life. You have to realize, keep yourself at number one. Realize that no matter what, I've helped myself in this video. I hope that I helped you. No matter what, I helped myself in this video. That's the most important. Realize now, go speak to strangers, man. Go speak to strangers and add value. Just go and meet them and say, yeah, I can see that you need help. I can see that you need help. You understand? No matter what, people may attack you. Just realize, sorry, sir, I apologize, and just realize to just go. Do you understand? Speak in a value type of way, where you're just adding value, just going and adding value. Now, why is all this important? Why is all this important? As it adds value to the world around you. When you're adding value, you're just thinking about value. You're never thinking about your time. You're never thinking about your time. You're never thinking about who to get money from. You're never thinking about let's get money. You understand? What you're getting in return is freedom. You're getting more freedom. You never need more money, you need freedom. You understand? Now, freedom is money. You understand? When you're getting more freedom, when you're actually going around and you're never expecting other people to give you money, you're never expecting other people to notice you. You understand? You never expect other people to notice you either. As when you expect other people to notice you, you're doing nothing for something. You understand? Never expect them to notice you. Make sure that you go and get noticed. When you go and get noticed, and you say, here, let me give you 50,000 an hour so I can give a speech for you. That makes you even richer. And you're doing it for free. You're just a rich man. You're a rich woman. You gave $50,000 to give a 1 hour seminar for somebody else in terms of life, and here you are giving a speech in front of 100 people, or 1,000 people, or 3,000 people, and you left giving value the whole way. You come, you give value. In the middle, you add value. You leave, you add value. Where is the, let's give me $1,000. You never give anything. What you give is your heart and everything. Realize this now. What you're actually giving, you're never asking for them to give you anything. You're never asking for others to notice you. You're never realizing that no matter what, that a woman has to meet you. You understand? You have to go and get the woman. You have to go and get the woman. You have to realize that the man will never come get you. You never expect a man to come and get you. No, you never do. Sorry. What you do is you go and give value to the man. It works for both ways. You need to realize now that you never expect to have kids. You just go and have kids. What does that mean? You just realize you just go do it. When you just go and do it, when the Nike brand says just do it, it means just add value. Just add value and never expect anything in return. You understand? So realize now, you need to be a person who's far greater than everybody around you. You need to realize that now, since you may realize that the outside world may be against you, the outside world may be looking to hurt you, the outside world may be trying to intimidate you, the outside world may be bullying you, start adding more value. That's why it's happening. You understand? So you have to be a person to realize Now, let them bully you, but let's start giving that person value now. Let's start showing that person who I really am in life, because they're obviously bullying you because they never trust you. You understand? So obviously people are never talking with you because you're never giving them value, and you're actually giving value maybe inside one website where nobody's really looking at you because you're never really going out to give yourself value to be noticed. So you have to go and give yourself value to have kids. You have to give yourself value for everything in life. You have to give yourself value to go up to that person, approach her, and you have to talk with her and give her value, and you have to leave with value. You understand? How you live with value? You actually give value and you can leave. You give value. Be a valuable person. You have everything, as Albert Einstein says. You have to realize no matter what, people around you will talk with you when you have value. Speak based on value. Make sure that all your conversations in life are based on value. It's so simple. Talk ideas. What my mentor said, Brian Tracy said, John, I'm first in my life. I'm a person who's first in my life. So I realize now, no matter what, I see Jim Rohn and Brian Tracy saying, just talk ideas all day long. What's ideas? Value. Talk value all day long. Everywhere. You're walking somewhere, walk in a valuable way. You're speaking to someone, speak in a valuable way. You're doing a video, speak for value. Speak for value, do value. You're doing anything on social media, do it for value only. You're doing it to show off, you're doing it for value really. You understand? When you're showing off doing something, you're actually showing value. Show off more, be a show off. A show off is a person who's just adding value. A smart ass is a person who's just adding value. You understand? So realize now that you need to be a person who goes into your local store, gains those business cards. However, making sure that you just go and give it to people, add value. I did that in Hobart, and guess what? I stopped for a reason, because I seen the outside world was giving me nothing. So I started to focus more on me. Understand? And because I was focused on me, I was still creating value. What was I doing the whole time? I was creating value. But I was creating value being unaware of what I was doing. And guys, here I am, much more in a term, let's say, broader mindset. I have a more broader mindset. I've been creating over 20,000 quotes. It's all ready for you right now. And I have over 2 years of journaling. I have over 230 hours of video content. Guys, no matter what, I'm always creating more content. I'm realizing now my schedule is more important than anything. So realize now that I have to add more value for myself first in order for me to be able to add more value into the world. So I realize now, no matter what, that even though I may focus on myself and speak to nobody else and approach nobody else, but I can realize now that that is also the way for me. You understand? I never have to add value to the world around me in terms of content, but I only add value to me only, because the world around me is me. You understand? The world around me is me. The world around me is me. Now, I never have to add value in the outside world at all. I can choose that too. And all I can do is just add value for me and add value in a small online storage. And I can also just make sure that other people can see it, and I can do my life that way too for the rest of my life. And I can figure out a better way. Now, the better way is obviously what I just said. Understand? Now, that's the next level. The next level is that, instead of me just having one small, in terms of mega drive with content, do you understand? Now, I'm never small in life. I'm never small. Do you understand? Instead of me just having one website and waiting for people to follow me around, let me just go and get in people's faces now. Let's start adding value. You understand? Let me just start pushing myself now to get in front of people now. On top of what I'm doing, on top of the 3 hours I'm doing a day in content, let me start investing money on top into business cards now, because I'm adding more value now. Value on top of value. Now I go in front of people, I give them my business card. I go and approach people in daily life. Anybody in daily life, I start to speak to them. I'm on the offense about it. You understand? I'm on the offense about speaking to them. So when I'm on the offense about speaking to them, I'm really searching for how to give them value and how to give them service on the spot. And that's all, nothing else. I gain from it by approaching them first, by giving them value second, and by living with value, because I gave myself value. I gained 3 value points just for approaching one person, because I'm a valuable person. And then that person may be giving me a 4th bonus by adding me on Instagram, a 5th bonus by sharing me around. That's what I can expect when I give value. When you expect to give value, you can always expect money in return. You can always expect everything in return. Danny Milivojevic. No matter what, realize this. I can now approach everybody in daily life because guess what? They said never approach strangers. Guess who says that? Poor people. Poor people say that. People who are middle class say never approach strangers. Or I don't know you, please never talk to me. A person who says that, guys, never gives value. So realize that you never even say that in a person. Say, hi, nice to meet you. Where are you from? What are you doing? What brings you here? Did you see my Instagram? Just then, let's start adding value. Let's start really never intimidating the world, but intimidating the world to give value. So never even intimidate the world, guys. Just realize when I speak intimidation, I speak in a way that let's give more value in the world around us without intimidation. Understand? Let's be aggressive to give value. Let's use our negativity to give more value. Now, I'm never negative, but let's use everything that we lack in life, everything that we are never, to give more value. And that way we'll be more. And then guess what? Once we are more, we'll always be what we need to be. We'll always be us. We'll be ourselves. We'll be just the way we need to be. You understand? Because as long as you're giving value, as long as you're approaching the world around you now, you're saying, hey, I can approach the world around me. I can approach hostile people. I can start being a happier person now because I never hold back anymore in terms of value. I'm never holding back to give people value anymore. So when you're giving people value, you'll love yourself more. You'll achieve more. You'll be richer. You'll be more confident. You'll be more courageous because you'll have to approach people. You have to start giving money to make money. You understand? You give money to make money. Do you understand? Have you ever heard that term? You have to give money to make money. Why? Because think about the business aspect and the business idea I gave you in terms of the business cards. I go into the shop, I make business cards. I gave money to make business cards. I go and give it to someone. I'm giving money to get attention. I'm giving money to make money. I'm giving money to make money now. How? Through attention. Attention is the money. Go where attention is. As Grant Cardone says. Grant Cardone says, you need to be a millionaire, man? Go get attention. Go get yourself attention. Go invest your money somewhere. And I recently had people saying, if you had $1 million, where would you invest it? I'd invest it back into me, giving it to other people to get attention. Do you understand? So I had a really amazing idea, and I still have it right now, that I go, for example, say I had $1 million, I'll invest it into Grant Cardone Capital Fund, real estate, or into me traveling the world, giving public speaking speeches, giving them money for me to give them a speech. Guess what? My third option now is the best. I'll get that money, I'll start giving speeches everywhere. So guess what? Guess what you have to do? You have to realize now is your best opportunity to even go give speeches everywhere by giving value. You have to walk there, you have to do everything in your power to realize you need to give value to the world around you. Understand? You have to. And you have to be in more people's faces. Now, my real strategy right now is, hey, let me just focus on myself, okay? Let me realize that no matter what I've said, everything I've said, I've really disciplined myself to really now add more value in terms of my life. So no matter what, I'm always planning ahead. I realize no matter what, that's the way of what I've said, okay? What I've said is, no matter what, everything I've said is the way also. You have to realize that if you're dedicated, if it works for you, go do it. Now, whatever works for you may never work for me. Everything I've said in the world right now is working for me. Why? Because it's adding value. And no matter what. Now, sometimes you have to use better techniques. If you're traveling Australia, maybe it's never the wisest decision for you to walk 2 kilometers to somewhere and 4 kilometers back because you have to add value. But guess what? Adding value is the only way. You understand? Adding value is the only way. So realize that time is money, okay? Realize go where the value is. Go what's most appropriate. Do what works for you. Guys, for everybody it's different. Sometimes for you, because you have a broken leg, it's never the wisest decision for you to go walk to add value. Just saying, you understand? So no matter what, realize that some of the ideas here may spark some of you, but some of you, nah. You understand? Now for me, guess what? One social media works for me the best. Why? I stick on one social media. I have one online mega storage. I stick to that, and guess what? I let it be. Now, what I can do is everything I've said in this video. I can do that completely. I can go around people. I can go around and help the world right now. I've broadened my perspective in terms of my life. What will I do? I will figure that out. But no matter what, everything I've said in this video works as long as you add value. So simple. You can go and be on lives, Instagram live, add value. You can go on social media, add value. Everybody's different. I'm a person who just has one social media. Now listen, for me to have more social medias, I can. I just choose to have one. Because for me, I find that having one and a mega storage online where I put all my content is much easier for me to handle. You understand? Now, those people who can handle 10 social medias and go around adding value on all of them, please do. It's so simple. You can do it. Guys, I can just do one Instagram. You understand? I can just do that. Now, everybody's got their own personal preference. You understand? But hopefully I've inspired you in this video to really think about adding value more and to really see that value is the way, and to give money, to give value, to live while you're giving. Live free, make sure you're giving money to give value. Remember that, that's the rich mentality. What's his name? Bill Gates gave $5 million to give value. You understand? He gave value. Nobody asked him to, he just gave it. Did he expect anything in return from that? Guess what? He already got in the giving. So he gave 5 million, he already received what he was after. He received attention. I seen him right away on Instagram. Bill Gates, $5 million. Oh, wow, that guy is amazing. Now, is $5 million big money? No. Is there such thing as a lot of money in life? No. There's no such thing as a lot of money in life. Why do I say that? Because money is value. Now, the more money, the merrier. But there's no such thing as a big money in terms of, guys, no matter what, you have to realize, big money, you have to realize, is really just something. It's just something. But realize that $1 trillion is 1 cent in terms of money value. You understand? Now you have to realize that $1 trillion is always more than what it seems. You understand? It's always more. So guess what? Think big anyway. Have a big mindset about everything. Have a bigger mindset, a better mindset. Have a better mindset. Never a bigger mindset, have a better mindset. You understand? Have a better mindset. Never be bigger. Be more effective than bigger. Be better than bigger. You understand? So realize that when you're thinking money, you're thinking, hey, I see all the money in the world as me better than yesterday. That's it. All the money in the world can never replace me and who I am. That's the way I see life. So no matter what, guys, just realize, just add value in the world around you. See, no matter what, as long as you're adding value, you will be taken care of. As long as you're adding value, you will be taken care of. Realize I do everything my way. So I have to really start planning my life ahead and how to add value now, since I've actually taught this video and I've actually broadened my perspective and my reasoning and who I am in terms of this video. So I've given you value in this video. You can go take ideas from this video and I have to go sense out what I have to do now. So up to this point, I have one Instagram, I have one mega storage online right now. I plan to stick to that forever. Just now, I plan to stick to Instagram forever until there's no more Instagram. And then I may even make a ClickFunnels. You understand? No matter what, just realize now, you need to do what you need to do. I need to do what I need to do. Just realize this. I told you, I said in the beginning with you, okay? I spoke with you in terms of this video. I'm speaking with you. I'm never speaking to you. I'm never speaking against you, okay? I'm never speaking anything to decrease you and who your sense of integrity is. No matter what, realize this. Your integrity is everything. Just increase it by adding more value. Understand? Increase it more and more every single day. Even stay away from people. Never talk to them. Just make sure that you're just doing something to add value. Just keep adding value, you grow from it. Understand? You eventually power through. The more you give, the more you will receive, the more you have. Understand? Just give, and then you will receive. When you give, the giving is in the receiving. I've received already a massive deal from this video. I gave it to myself. So whatever you give me extra, guess what? I never expect it from you. Understand? I never expect extra from other people. Do you understand? You giving me attention by watching this video is more than enough for me. I've already given myself a more massive perspective in this video. I've given myself a broader perspective while doing this video. That's all the money in the world for me. You understand? I did it for free. I did it for myself first. Now I add value. I add value for me first and then for you. No matter what, I did it for you. Why? Because I'm first. Now I'm a person who loves themselves. I'm a person who's never neglecting themselves. I'm a person who believes in themselves. I believe in adding value. I believe in being in front of the camera now even more because of this video. I hope that I've inspired you. I hope that you go out and give value. Give value and make sure no matter what, even when you're promoting other people, realize you're adding value. You are adding value. You're promoting other people. Promoting other people is value as well. You understand? Just realize to brand yourself more often. You understand? So what I'll do is I'll brand myself more often. I promote my actual people in a different website. For example, instead of promoting them on Instagram, in my feed, I promote them maybe in my story only. Or inside my website. I have a section where I can promote it. You understand? Be more curious about your life. Be more interested about how you can add value. Go give a service, guys. I'm doing this for free. Guys, I'm adding value. I'm never expecting anything from anybody anymore in return. No matter what, I can speak with the world around me. I can do anything now in terms of value. I can speak with my biological parents. I can speak with anybody when I add value. Guys, I recently had a conversation with my biological family and I realized I was adding no value, but I was going after the value. Now, I was going after value because I sensed that no matter what, they have no value. Now, because I said that, no matter what, I automatically had no value to give. Believe me, because when you say that they have no value, you automatically have no value. Realize, never say that they have no value. Never say because they are poor, they can never give you anything. You understand? Now guess what? Never expect from them in the first place. Never expect for them to give you something. Just go and give them value. Give them value and never focus on what they're doing. Never focus on how they are speaking with you. Never focus on how they are with you, or never focus on how much they talk with you. Just you go and give them value. You focus on your side of the story. Understand? That's another aspect and broad term that I just learned. Understand? Instead of you waiting for your mum to message you, you go and message your mum. Because you going to message your mum and giving her value is the whole point of living life. The more value you give, the more she'll oblige to message you in life. Understand? The more value you give in the world around you, the more friendships, the more you can be all you can be. Never expect other people to message you. Never expect people to come and see you. Never expect people to come and see your Instagram feed and what you've been doing. Because guess what? You need to add more value. Understand? You never expect them to give more value. You never expect them to give you value anyway. You never expect them to give you value. You make sure that you just go up to them, you message them, and you just say, here's your value. You can message people from the past, add them value. You can do it. Now many people say, oh, move on from the past. Yeah, you're moving on from the past, but you're getting value now. You understand? You're getting value now. Many people are going back to the past and they're never giving value. Now you can go into the past and give value. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Understand? Because giving value is moving forward anyway. Understand? So no matter what, realize now, you can go and talk to anybody you need inside social media, online. You can realize to walk extra steps for people to give them value. Guys, it's always coming back more for you. Recently, I had also another situation where I said for the woman that never needed to grow with me, I said, please grow with me. And she said, no. And guess what? I said, bye-bye. Why did I say that for? I was never adding her value. I never added her more value. And I said goodbye. She never said goodbye. I see that now. I see that now. I see a person who was there for me 10 years, I said goodbye. Because I realized I need people who grow with me. But I realized in the growing that I just need to grow. I never expect them to grow. I just grow. You say I expected her to grow with me. And she said no. You never expect people to know. You never expect people to give you anything. It's always going to be a no. What you do is if you have any to give, if you have more to give to that person, if you have more to give to that person in terms of love, in terms of money, in terms of whatever, you never ask for them money. They just give it freely. You never ask your biological parents to give you money. You just go and give money to them. Go give value to them. Understand? You never ask people to grow with you either. You never ask people to be on your team. You just go be on their team. It's so simple. Once you're on their team, they're on your team already. The more you can acquire managing roles in terms of managing other people, the more you'll go up to them to manage them. They never have to do anything for you. You understand? Because guess what? That's the kind of poor mindset I had. I realize this now. I realize no matter what, you never approach people and expect them to call you. You never expect your dad to comfort you. You just go and comfort your dad. They said, so in the comforting, make sure that you're teaching him something. You never expect your dad, in terms of your biological parents or anybody, to call you. You just give them a call. You just give them a call. Why? You just add value. Keep adding value. Be on the offense. Never expect people to really walk you anywhere. Never expect your wife to kiss you. Never expect your husband to kiss you. Just go and kiss them. Never expect your kids to come see you. You go see your kids. Never expect your dog to come fetching for you. You go fetch your dog. You understand? Guess what? I'll never even have a dog in the first place. Why? Because it's just a richer feel for me to have no dogs in my life. I've taken that one from Grant Cardone and I've applied it in my life, and I realized that a dog while I travel right now is just baggage, in terms of negative baggage. And I'm never a negative person. I'm a person who loves myself and is just honest. You understand? And I realized that I was a person expecting people to call me. I was a person expecting people to give me money for a speech. I was a person expecting people to do stuff for me, to also drive me, to everything. Guys, you just be the person you go and drive them. But make sure you're managing your time. Understand? Make sure you're never going where the crowd is. Now, why do I say that? When you're going where the crowd is, guys, most of them are jealous of you anyway. So guess what? You can go where the crowd is, but make sure you're adding value. Do you understand? And now, when you're around, say, negative people who are violent and junkies and negative people, poor people, guess what? You can go with them and you can add them value, but guess what? You're the smartest person in the room, and guess what? That's how it's supposed to be. So what do? You add value and you go. You can do that completely with no judgment. You never have to judge them completely for how they live their life. And I see that right now. I see them. And I was a person who was judging them because of their drug addict behavior. And I was a drug addict too. I was judging them for how I was. It's so stupid. You understand? So no matter what, I'm not stupid. I'm saying the truth right now. That the truth shall set you free when you're giving value. Okay? You see people who are poor around you, you see fat people, you see whatever it is, you see ugly people, you never judge them for how they look, for how they are. You just go up to them, you say, here's some value. Just go and give them value. Go give them some commodities. When people ask you for money, guess what? You give them value in return. You understand? If you say no, guess what? You have no value to give. You understand? I just had recently a person come up to me and he said, do you have any spare change? I said, no. I never gave him value. You have to give value even when they ask. You give something. You give something. No matter what, you give something. Always give something. I was supposed to give that person something. In the giving is the receiving. You understand? So you give something, you receive something more because you gave. You receive a richer feeling. So the more you give, the richer you are. Now, I give in other aspects of life, but guess what? Because I have that mentality, guess what? I realize that I must give in all aspects of life. That means a homeless person comes up to me to ask for me for $1, guess what I say? Guess what? I can say value. Give her value. What can I do? I can give her some money. I can say, listen, honey, no matter what, you need to improve yourself, okay? And all of this. But guess what? No matter what, money is what she's asking for. So in this case, I'll be making sure to just give her some value anywhere I can, any way I can. So either by words of encouragement, either by making sure that she's increasing her value in terms of self-esteem, in terms of wisdom. I give her some skills right there, what she can do in her daily life. Understand? That's also value for what she's asking for. Understand? When she's asking for $1, she's also asking for wisdom. Give her some wisdom on how to improve her life. Believe me. Or give her just soy milk. Here, here's some soy milk for you. Go and drink it. It's going to help you. Do you understand? Or you have clothing that you can give her some clothing. Do you understand? That way you're adding value. Give her something. If you have no wisdom to give her, give her the dollar. Give her something. You have to realize now. That's the way it is. If you have nothing to give, you are a person who is broke. You understand? And just never be the person who is always saying no to everything. You understand? Be a person who also says yes to value. You understand? So when you're saying no to everything, you're saying no to yourself. Be a person who gives value. Say yes to value. Say yes to giving people what you can. Give people anything you can. You'll be supported. Guys, I left the crowd that was in the past. Why? I was really behaving in a way where I was never giving them value. You understand? I was never giving them value, and guess what? I expected them to give me value. I expected them to give me value. And guess what? They backlash at me. And guess what? Whose fault is it? Nobody's fault. You understand? Nobody's fault, is it? I'm just a person who just left the crowd. I went my way, and guess what? I found myself in better places anyway, on my own. Why? Because when I live alone now, when I find myself around Australia 9 months, and I see them, they have been in one area for 9 months, guys, I realize I'm doing much better than them in terms of life. So, is my decision a better one? Yeah. Why? Why not? Because I've left the crowd. I've started giving value, more value than they are giving. So no matter what, guess what? I'm never expecting them to give value. I'm not expecting those people to give value. I'm just looking at me now. I realize that other people can give value to the extent that they can give it. I just realized that I'm doing more than most people. I'm doing more than the world right now in terms of value giving right now. Over the long term, guys, I have a massive perspective in this video. I just unlocked a big potential for me. Realize this. I'm a person now who has far grown what I've done in my life. I can see all my mistakes. I can see how much my mother, in terms of my biological mother, I'm a real mother, my biological mother was very upset with me. Why? Because I'm never giving for her. I'm never giving her anything. Now, I'm always giving in terms of life, but guess what? I'm never feeling sorry for myself either. Now, in terms of how I was with my biological mum, I have to realize, yes, there was some problems. Why? Why was there problems? Because I have to give more value. I had a problem with being unconditional in my life, giving more instead of asking her to give me. And because I asked her to give me money, she ran away from me. Why? Because I expected her to give me money. And then she says, you just use me for money. And guess what? I was doing that. I was using her for money. Why was I using her for money? So that in the long run, I can give her more. You understand? So in the long run, I can give her more. Is that really using her? Yeah, it's still using her. You're just short term. You're just asking her for money so you can receive money. You never receive other people's money. What you do is you go get it. How you get money? You go get the attention. You go actually work for it. You go work for it. You have to go give value in the world around you. You go to the 9 to 5 job. You work the 9 to 5 job. You work the 9 to 5 job. You give value in the 9 to 5 job. You go in it. You push through it. You understand? You make the money. Then you go where you need to go. Realize when you're adding value in this market, when you're adding value in work, inside the 9 to 5 job, it can also be beneficial for you to add value to the world around you. You have colleagues, you're always lifting them up, you always have friends. Because you're always lifting up. You're always lifting up yourself and others. You always have friends, you always have backup calls, you always have a friend in you and in other people when you're lifting other people up. But when you're saying, oh, they never like me, it's because you're never giving the value in the first place. Or when you're saying, they look at me a dirty way, or they look at you in a dirty way, guess what? You're never giving the value. You have to give a value first. They'll never look at you in a dirty way. They never trust you. When people say, oh, he never messaged me, he's an idiot, it's because you never gave value to those people. You said, when your biological mum is crying, it's because you never even gave her value in the first place. Believe me. Now, no matter what, you have to realize it's never your fault. It's never anybody's fault. You have to realize, now, you just realize that when you're giving your biological mum value, why would she cry in the first place? Say your biological mum or dad is crying, actual crying because something you did in a negative way. It's because, guess what? you have to step up. You have to realize it's your time to add value now. You have to add value for that woman, for that man. You understand? You're doing it for yourself anyway. Once you add value, you're in the selfless mode. You're always being taken advantage of in this situation. What you do is, you realize, hey, sorry mum, I realize now what I've been doing. Understand? Now when you say mum, just realize it's your biological mum and your biological family. That you are your real family. And you have to realize now that when you add value to those people, you add value, they're always going to be happier. They'll never cry because of a victim mentality that they may have. You understand? When you punch someone, when you punch somebody, you just took away from them. I was a person who punched this woman because she hit me. Now, that's a complainer in me. Oh, she hit me, that's why I had to do it. No, that's bullshit. You understand? I was bullshit in that moment. I just reacted. Now, I never hit a woman in my life before that. I was driving my bike and I was hit. Is that the truth? That's the truth. I was hit first. What was I supposed to do there? I was supposed to add value somehow. I was supposed to say, hey, sorry for doing that. What did I do before that? I was speaking to some ladies and I was saying, yeah, oh, whatever. I was never adding value either. And that's why I was hit. Why was I hit? Because wake up. You understand? It was my wake up calling. I went to jail. I went to jail for 12 hours. It's my wake up calling. You understand? I see it. You understand? And now, no matter what, it's nobody's fault. I was unaware of what I was doing. And guess what? She was unaware of what she was doing. Why would you even hit the person in the first place? Do you understand? When somebody hits you, they take away from you either. When somebody hits you, somebody takes away from you. What do they take away from you? They're taking nothing away from you. But they're actually taking something away from you. They hit you. You never deserve to be hit. But realize when you get hit, when you're violent with people, when you're violent, when you're aggressive, when you're a person who is mentally ill, when you're a person who's depressed, when you're a person who's fat, whatever you are, you need to add more value regardless. The more value you add, the more you can lose the weight. The more you can overcome schizophrenia and mental health issues and become healthier and look better. No matter what, violence is never the solution. The solution is, let's add more value, let's collaborate and grow. Never kill each other. The World War I and II happened because those people were never adding value to each other. It's so simple. The world back then was much more difficult than the world it is today. Why? Because today's world, we have more going for us. So we are never back then. We are now, and the world back then was much more difficult as people are in the back, in terms of back then, are people who needed to lift each other up instead of lift each other down. You understand? So people in the past are people who were lifting each other down in terms of the 1940s and 50s and 60s. You understand? And you have to realize now that no matter what, you have to be a person who's just giving value. Realize you get hit, you get smacked, you get something. I've been smacked by a woman. Because I was with another woman. Do you understand? I was with another woman and she came there for me and then she smacked me. I was making out with another woman while this woman loved me. Do you understand? So no matter what, guys, we all make mistakes and I really received a slap. You understand? And now she took away from me from that moment. She did. No matter what, guess what? It's nobody's fault. It's never her fault. It's never my fault. I was unaware of what I was doing. I was immature. I was in my teenage years. You understand? And now you have to realize that life is what you make of it. You understand? Life is what you make of it. So realize now, go give value in the world around you. Go those extra miles. Go give the value. You realize the freedom is in the value. You walk around, you broaden your perspective about everybody. There is no strangers. Nobody's against you. Guys, I was a schizophrenic. I was thinking always people are against me. I was always thinking people are against me. Why? Because I was never adding enough value. I was never adding more than enough value. So guess what I had to do? I overcame schizophrenia by first reading value, taking from people by reading. Okay, so you're reading this right now, you're just taking from me, right? There is no right or wrong. You're taking from this, you're taking from me in this video the ideas. And guess what? I'm giving it for you for free. Because guess what? I'm already adding value for myself anyway. And that's all I need in this moment. Just more value. I give it to myself. Give more value, you shall receive. Give more money, you shall receive. You said, what are you giving in the money? You're giving yourself in the money. And you realize when you give the money, you receive a blessing. You receive a higher status in your feeling. Look at Bill Gates. He gave $5 million. The guy's got a promotion everywhere now. He gave $5 million, the guy. You understand? Now, to give $5 million is incredible. Go give money. You'll receive attention. That's what it's about. He gave $5 million because he really sees you'll receive attention for it. You understand? You go give 100 people your business card, you realize $10 for 100 people to see your name is worth it. You understand? Especially when you're getting money from the government. You understand? Now, I'm a person who is always doing better than the government, and I'm always a person who's doing better than how I am in life. I'm a person who always realizes that I need to always better my life and my finances. So how do I do it? I make sure that I add value in terms of my disciplines. I read something, I stay updated in the world around me, and I make sure that I stay updated in the world that is outside of me, because, guys, it's important for you to see everything in life. So realize that the government money will never make you anybody either. You understand? Even though they give you money. And it's never the way to be either. The 9 to 5 is never the way to either. The 9 to 5 is never the way. What's the way? The way is videos, content, audio, social media. Start giving value everywhere. Start being in front of people, giving people your business card, baby. Start going and doing real estate. Start really giving public speaking seminars. Start really giving public speaking seminars around what you do in life. I have to do life coaching. I have to do these videos in front of people. How do I do it? I have to go make it. I see it. I never expect people to come and run up to me now. I did recently. I was expecting people to start coming up to me because I was this almighty person, because I had all this value. Now, no matter what, I'm still that almighty person. Do you understand? I'm still that almighty person, but I see a much better perspective now. Instead of me being on the defense, waiting for people to see me, I have to now be on the offense about that. Do you understand? Instead of me being on the defense about people contacting me, let me go contacting them in life. Instead of my biological parents never contacting me, let me go contact them in life. Instead of me never speaking to the world around me, and in terms of speaking in terms of the world side, I'm always speaking with me. In terms of me never speaking in terms of the world outside of me, guys, I have to go now and speak to everybody I see. I have to be on the offense about that. I was on the defense. So I was on the defense about my biological parents, about the people around me, my business cards, and social media. Now, I have to be on offense about this even more. So with social media, guys, for now, I can be just on Instagram. And guess what? I can do more social media. It's easy, free promotion. I can do it. It's very easy to do. But guess what? Let me master social media in terms of Instagram first. Let me just do Instagram for now. You understand? And I'll see. Maybe I'll just go on Snapchat and post one post a day about my new Instagram. You understand? That way, I get 100 views right away, just through Instagram. It's so simple, very easy. And then you go on Facebook, it's all for free anyway. It's a free promotion. You understand? You go on social media and you promote yourself for free, you get something amazing done in that space of time. You post one post about your Instagram, say, hey, go grab this link. Go do this link. You understand? You make people go get it. You understand? When they go get it, they have attention in terms of you have their attention. And that's the point. You need more eyes on you. That's why Grant Cardone says, go where the value is. But you have to go to the value. That's the whole point. So when you're giving business cards to people, you're going to where the value is. Where's the value? Attention. Where's the value? Seminars. Where's the value? In the money. Get more money too. Get more money, then you can also brand yourself. You can also business yourself. You can also buy new clothes. You never buy clothes, you just invest in clothes. You can also make your own seminars. You give money for the seminars. You understand? Tony Robbins gave $10,000 for his first seminar. He had 7 people in his seminar. They said, now listen, no matter what, it's never funny. That's never funny. Well, I just laughed. It's so stupid. It's never funny. So realize that I sometimes snap in terms of I laugh at people, and then I realize, no, never do that. Understand? You can see how I am. I really changed my attitude about how I see life. Understand? So Tony Robbins invested $10,000 in his first seminar. 7 people arrived. But guess what he was doing? I already said in this video, give money to help people to give only. That's what Tony Robbins was doing. Now, was it explained to me properly? No. Nobody explained this information to me. I just attracted it. How did I attract it? How did I attract this information? I sat here speaking for this long. And I just started to speak, and it just came out of me. And now I'm aware of it. Why? Because now I put it into something. I put it into video. That's why Tony Robbins says, go do your content on video. It's the fastest way you can do anything. You understand? No matter what, I do it in a journal. I do it in an audio. I do it in video also. And when I do it in a journal, I realize the more I expose my mindset, the better I am. The more I can see my thoughts, the better I am. The more I speak it out, the better I am. The more I add value. So it's about adding value. When you're doing a journal as well, I see massive leaps of faith in my journal, and then massive gaps where I've taken and just spoken about myself. And within that, speaking about myself, I also unlock deeper clarity in that I am important. So I realized that my whole journal has something to give me in terms of my life. And it will give you something too to think about. Everything that I've ever written in terms of my content has always given value. Always given value. I just see that now. It's a broader perspective. So I realize now, guys, no matter how long you speak on video, speak for decades. Just give value. Keep giving value. You understand? That's the whole point. Use your mindset. Use everything about you to give value. Anything that's going to help you give value, go do it. The people of the past, I never have anything against them anymore. Why? Because I see that was a person who far never gave them value. I gave them value in terms of attention, in terms of comfort, in terms of having a companion and a friend, and in terms of content as well. And in terms of now my Instagram and how I look, when I see my Instagram and how I look now, it gives them value. Believe me. Now, when I show them my website and everything I do for free online inside my Instagram, guess what? I give them value again. Guess what? I started to earn my reputation and my stripes again. You understand? Why? Because everybody else from the past has dogged me in terms of life, because I dog myself. And guess what? It's nobody's fault. It's never my fault either. It's never my fault either. I was a person who was never giving value in terms of how much I can give value. Why? I was unaware. It's never their fault for rejecting me. It's never my fault for rejecting them. I just had to go my way because I've seen that the crowd dislikes me. I had to go somewhere else. And I realized I made some massive leaps in my life. I left my dad in terms of my biological dad. I left my biological dad's household. I lived in Eastwood, which is right next to West Ryde in Sydney. 4 months. I was given $150 rent. And I started to travel from the 4th of July 2019. Here I am in Australia. How have I been doing it? Guys, I've been doing it on the government loan, on the government allowance. Do you understand? I've just been making sure that I succeed, making sure that I do something incredible. So no matter what, guys, it's also never the way to do it. But for me, it's the way. Do you understand? For me, it's the way. Now, it may be the way for you too. See your situation. Maybe you are the person who also has to do the same. Grab the government allowance and just go travel. You understand? Just have some time to yourself. Just have some time to do your business. Be away from the 9 to 5 job. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing away from the 9 to 5 job. Why? I have more value to give them than the money they give me inside the 9 to 5 job. Now, no matter what, I see that. You have to see that too. That no matter what, I'm never a person who judges me for how I live my life. But realize that I've been giving value this whole time. In terms of 9 months that I've been traveling, I've been doing work. Do you understand? This video never just came out this way. This video never just came out this way to begin with. And guess what? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. But guess what? I did start on just 1 minute videos. And I expanded it now to whatever this video has been already. 1 hour something. It says 1 hour 21 in this video, and also my audio paused. I mean, my phone died before. So guys, no matter what, I'm never before, I'm always now, I'm always giving value. So whatever the time is right now, you understand? And I'm here just doing me. I'm just here realizing, yes, I'm using the government in terms of their money to travel. You understand? And I'm giving value for it. I'm giving value. I'm doing something incredible in terms of giving value. I hope I've inspired you. You can see that. I hope that you can. No matter what, you see that no matter what, I'll never be on the government payments. In terms of, I'm never on government payments. Anyway, I'll never be on the government allowance all my life. I'm never even on allowance. All I am on in life is me. I'm in me only. I'm never on anything. I'm never in terms of getting money from anybody. What I am is I'm receiving money. I'm receiving money from the government. Understand? Now, you may have been a person who's grown up in terms of life, and you may have been receiving something from the government too as you're growing up. So you understand how that feels. And I just used what I have in terms of what I have to just go travel Australia. And I actually had to improve my habits. I had to become vegan. I had to do all these 50,000 investments that I made in my capitals in terms of staying away from 50,000 ways to make more money. I have over 50,000 ways to make more money in my journal. And I'll give you that for free. You understand? So in terms of my life and how I am going to make a life for myself in terms of being off everything that I get given, that's the whole point. And the whole point is, let's never receive anything from the outside world. Let's take ownership now. Let's realize to just go move into money, and let's go make money now. Understand? Let's never be entitled to the outside world's money. I realized that I was entitled to the government's money, traveling. But guess what? Because I used the government's money, it helped me so much. It helped me. Now, yes, I was entitled to a certain degree. Understand? And in other aspects of life, I was dominated. In what ways? In health, veganism, sobriety, in information products, in commodities, in my mindset, in being better than yesterday, in branding myself, in being more confident, in traveling the world. I was dominated. I'm still dominating. But in terms of now, hey, I see the outside world, and I see I just released the entitlement from me. I realize now, hey, I can step into a 9-to-5 job, and I can work a 9-to-5 job minimum wage. Do you understand? I can work the 9-to-5 job minimum wage, and I can still travel Australia. I can do that. And guess what? I will. I can start now. I can start in Perth. I can start working. Guess what? I can do it. And it's much better for me to do so, as I'll be inside the offense. I'll be inside the offense doing it. It's much better than having to do anything else in life. Just add value and go into the marketplace and actually start adding value where I am. You understand? Start meeting new people. Start mingling. Start doing something in terms of my life. And my biological parents would say, oh, you have to work. You have to work the 9-to-5. And I realize what they're saying. They're saying that you'd be entitled to the outside world's giving of you. They're saying, why do you have to be entitled? And no matter what, realize now that I was entitled. Why? Because I thought that was the way. And no matter what, guess what? It may be the way for you. But guess what? I'm not entitled. But guess what? It's never the way. It's never the way for you to realize that the outside world needs the outside world needs to give you money. That's what they give you so that you go into the 9-to-5 job. Now guess what? I was thinking more, hey, let me use other people's money. Let me use other people's money to get ahead for myself in my career. Now, in that aspect, guess what? I'm not entitled at all to the outside world's money. Even though they're giving me the money. And guess what? Yes, honestly. Do you understand how I just labeled that? Now, guess what? The outside world is giving me money. Either way. With or without the government. Do you understand? Why? Because then I can go make it. And then somebody else will give me money. And then what? I still have to go travel Australia. I still have to go travel Australia with the same money that I have right now. You understand? And I always have more money now. Why? Because I'm a much better person. I'm much more leveled up than yesterday. So either way, I use the government's money or the outside world's money. Either way, I'll go travel. This time, I'll just be working 15 hours a week more. And that's the max I'll give myself only in terms of working. I can live on 15 hours a week of work in the 9-to-5 for the rest of my life. I can live with 2 kids, a wife, $18,000 a year. I can live on $18,000 a year, guys. I can have 2 kids with that money. And guess what? I can have 2 kids with that money. I can have a wife, and I can live, I can eat, I can breathe, I can live over 100 with that money. That's how disciplined I am. I can be in one spot also with my wife and kids. I can make 2 kids with $18,000 a year because I've disciplined myself to be able to. I'm a person who has been. I'm always right now. I'm always a person who thinks I'm great. I'm a great person. So I am always a person who is never entitled to anything in life because I've been working on myself the whole time. So everything that the outside world is giving me, I'm giving it back in return. So that gives me a chance to keep going forward, to keep traveling with what the outside world is giving me in terms of money. Why? I've created that caption. I've created the chance to. And you can do the same. I suggest you do the same also. Go grab the outside world's money, go grab other people's money, go travel the world. It's so simple, guys. Do I feel ashamed for using the government's money? No. Why? People go to the bank, they get a loan. They're using the government's loan. They're using the bank's loan. They go to college, they get out $100,000 in debt. You understand? They're using other people's money for their education. Why aren't you guys ashamed? Do you understand? It's like, why would you even get in the debt in the first place? Because it's much better to just receive whatever you do in terms of your government loan or in terms of your government allowance. Then there is no right or wrong. Then having to go and get yourself a $100,000 debt. In a sense, so realize this: I'm a person who is never right or wrong. I'm a person who's always growing. I'm always a person who's doing. Now realize, you may be asking, but realize, no matter what, this is how self-quality and self-love and self-discipline and self-control is. You need to be a person who realizes, hey, value is where the money is at. Never the 9 to 5. Go add more value, as Brian Tracy says. Brian Tracy says, when you're in the workplace, and he means when you're in the 9 to 5 workplace, you go and you give more value than you are given. Do you understand? Because that's being on the offense. I used to be a person who would work the 9 to 5, I'd be a labourer, and I'd be just dragging myself all over the place. Are you that type of person? You would go to a 9 to 5 as a labourer or a cleaner, you just start cleaning very slowly. You start doing everything slow, just to waste time. I was that person. Understand? I was a pickpacker. I was just very lazy. I was very lazy in my 9 to 5 work. Why? I was mentally ill. I was diagnosed as a schizophrenic before. Understand? And I was also, even say I had no schizophrenia in my life, I'd be a lazy person. Do you understand? Now, no matter what, I see that. I see that in me. Do you understand? With or without schizophrenia, it's never an excuse for me to say that that is the exact reason why I would have been giving more value in the marketplace. Why? Because, guys, at 22 years old, before that, I had 3, 4, 5, 6 jobs. I thought I was fired before my schizophrenia. You understand? So guys, you have to realize that the schizophrenia just added more value in terms of, hey, here I am. So my schizophrenia and how I live my life is a sum up of who I am today. So would you call it luck? What is it? It's just me being on offense. Guys, at 22 years old, I was at the Australian Institute of Music in Australia. I took out $13,000 in terms of bank loans, and it's called fee help for a private university to teach me music production. I'm still a music producer today. After 4 years, I made one track. It's the best track I made. After 4 years, imagine you're away from music production for 4 years. You come back, you invest 17 hours into your first track, and you make the best track you've ever made. A clear sound. I never in my life had a clear sound before I had this track. Do you understand? So when I say clear track, go listen to one track that you love the most. And it's clear sounds. It's just a clear clarity sound that you have in terms of that music that you love to listen to. That's how my music track sounded in terms of that clarity. It sounded, I had the sound. I still have the sound. I still have the sound. I always have that sound. So now I'm getting my laptop again. No matter what, I'm always a person who's on the offense. Now, you have to realize you have to go get it. You have to go get it, as Grant Cardone says. Now, realize at 22 years old, I was a person, and I'm still a person who reads. At 22, I started reading. I started being on offense. Now, if you're never reading, guess what? You're never on offense about it. Then you're being ignorant about it. If you're ignorant about something in life, you're on the defense about it. So guess what? I was on the defense on never talking with the outside world. With never giving my time to anybody. I was on the defense about that. I just give time to myself. I just make sure that I'm giving myself. I mind my own business, okay, and that's the way it'll be, okay? And now what you need to do in terms of that, you need to realize that your business is going to give value anyway. Understand? And with other aspects of life, I just expected people more to give me in life. Now, I was entitled in some way. Now, I realized that all of that I was thinking about it all has to do with a sense of ignorance and being on the defense. You understand? Because I never realized that I have to add more value in those terms. What terms? Go approach your biological parents and go talk to them more. Go call your dad in terms of, go call your family in terms of your biological parents and your biological parent, and go call your biological, and go call your biological family and your biological parents. You understand? Because you are your real family. You understand? You are your real family and your real friends and everything. As I said, just realize that you are different from your biological parents. You are your actual family. You are your real family. Take care of yourself. Also, other aspects of life is go speak out to people in the world. That's another point in term to be on the offense. Okay, I was more on the defense in that term. Now, you have to realize you have to go and invest money in people. Just invest money and give them, and just walk away giving. Never expect them to give you anything. When they give you, you receive the bonus. Understand? Never expect people to call you. Never expect others to do anything for you. Expect yourself to succeed and give value more. Give more value, you shall succeed more and more. Understand? I'm here giving value. What am I expecting from you? Nothing, because I'm giving what I expect from myself already. So in terms of you traveling the world on the government allowance, guess what? I expect you to. Understand? I expect you to. Why? Because guys, I see freedom in that. I see that you would gain 15 hours extra. Do you understand? Now, no matter what, I'm always gaining more time. I always have more time than anybody. I'm always a person who has more time than anybody in life. Now, yes, I suggest you go into the allowance and just realize, start living like you're broke, as one author says. He has a book called Live Like You're Broke. And no matter what, you have to realize that I also have to remember people's names as well. So I'm never blaming myself for that. Now realize now, no matter what, that you honestly travel the world with the government allowance and realize that it's worked for me for 9 months now. Now, if you cannot travel with what you gain with the government allowance, then guess what? You need to start improving your money sequence based on what you have. So say you have $600 and I have more than everything in terms of my life. And guys, in terms of my life, I travel Australia on $654 a fortnight right now. They said $654 a fortnight. Do you understand what that is? Guys, no matter what, that's called the youth allowance here it's called the New Start allowance here in Australia. Understand? And you have to realize that with that money, I have to give accommodation, I have to give food, I have to give travels, I have to give tickets, and I have to give transport, clothing. I have to give internet, I have to give money for internet. Now, no matter what, I had plenty of subscriptions that I had to take care of. I had plenty of life sequences. I had to make sure that I invest my money better. I've been also financially investing my money and consciously investing my money everywhere that I go. So based on what you have, figure out a way where you can say use your $654 or more within a time period, calculate the numbers and realize where your money is going and live like you're broke and live below your means in terms of make sure that you live below your means so that you can live within what you have. Live within your means. You understand? Live within your means. What is your means? Say you have $600 a fortnight, live within your means. Live with what you have. Understand? That's how you become richer. You never become richer by going now to get yourself a credit card and a loan or a mortgage rate or debt or car debt or something like that. You understand? You have a certain number, you stick to it. You understand? Or say you have real estate, you have an investor, you've learned real estate, you can get yourself this beautiful real estate right here. You can get yourself that beautiful real estate. Guess what? Go get the investor to invest the money, and then you guys can split the difference. You've done the work you've done the work searching. No matter what, you have an investor who can invest. Go do that. It automatically will make you richer in terms of financial aspects. But remember, the actual riches comes into sequence when your health is more important. Your health is more important than money. Remember, I said it in my previous videos. Never, ever, ever go for real estate first when you have no health. You realize that health is first. Health is first. You can have all the money in the world. When you have no health, when you're worse than yesterday, those real estates, everything that you have in terms of money sequence is never important, because I see your health. Your health is the most important aspect of your life. When you have no health, you have no wealth, even though you think you do. You understand? Money can give you wealth in terms of options, but the real option is health. You have health, you have more vibrancy, you have more feeling, you have more richness in your health, in your feelings. When you're sick in your feelings and you're sick of everything and you're sick of life and you have $1 million and you're sick of life, what's the point? What's the point in having money? I said that to my biological dad. I said, biological dad, you never need more money, you need more health. Why did I say that? I said because I said to him to focus more on health than on money. Did my biological dad listen? No. My biological dad never listens to me in life. Anything I say to my biological parents in life, they never listen to me. So guess what? I add value anyway. With or without their consent. You understand? I add value. And that's the whole point. You have value with or without people's consent. Guys, just travel the world, do what you can, realize that no matter what, you use your money and what you have. And yes, just because I expose my money never means that I'll stay on this type of money all my life. Obviously, I have to expand, I have to live more. But guess what? Living on 600, on average, say $600 a fortnight and more. Let's just say on average, I lived on 658, because that's the number I recently said. A fortnight for 9 months. It taught me so much in terms of how to live like you're broke. Now, I'm never broke, but there's a book called Live Like You're Broke. It taught me how to really invest my finances better. It taught me how to travel 9 months with that money around Australia. Most people in Australia can never do that. And I'm the only person that's ever done that in Australia in terms of what I've heard. No matter what, I realize now, no matter what, I'm using the government's money. Yeah, I'm using the government's money, but I'm a person who is really thinking long term, thinking, hey, they're working 9 to 5, let me go the other perspective, let me just go travel so that I can really help myself succeed in the long run and outlive them also. What do I mean by outlive them? I mean, every time they have to work 40 hours a week, I outlive them as well. In the traveling, I have more time freedom, I have financial freedom. Right now, I have financial freedom because guess what? I'm using other people's money. I can also travel Australia, and guess what? I have time freedom, financial freedom, and I have the health, I have the personal freedom, I have emotional freedom, which is I'm sober, I'm vegan as well. Guys, the coronavirus is happening in the outside world. It never affects me. Why? I'm using other people's money. I'm healthy as well. I can travel. I have time freedom. I have no need for a 9 to 5 job. Do you understand how rich I am? Why did I create this? Guys, you can see why I created it. Because no matter what, people are losing time because time is your life. Guys, because every time they lose 40 hours, I gain 40 hours. Because I'm smarter. I'm smarter to stay away from 9 to 5. You understand? You can understand that. You can understand that. I can live on the government's allowance. I can live on the government's allowance all my life. I never have to work 9 to 5 ever again. I never have to work 9 to 5. Now, yes, they'll try making you work the 9 to 5. Guess what you do? You just make sure that you go and do what you need to do. What is it that you need to do? You make sure you expose yourself completely and you say, yes, you've just been traveling. You've just been traveling. You understand? You say it, you've just been traveling. And guess what they're going to say to you? Yeah, go. That's what they said to me. Yeah, they did. They said, you just go travel. Were you looking for a job? Over there. Just say, over there, there's a job. No matter what, for me, there's always here. I'm the job. understand? So you must make sure that no matter what, when I ask you where the job is, you say that I am the job. Understand? I work for myself every day. And I realize that no matter what, I say that always. Otherwise, you're cheating yourself out in that moment. Do you understand why? Because then you're saying, hey, that you're a scammer. They're actually scamming them. You understand? That you're really taking their money and that you're doing something unfortunate. Do you understand? So realize to say the truth about what you're doing around what you're doing. So if you're using the government's money, just say, yes, I'm using the money to travel. Do you understand? And they ask you, where's your work? Say, I'm working myself. My work is on my business online. You show them your business. And then guess what they do? They just make you go travel more. You understand? That's the real deal. Just make sure that you're never lying about your cheating. You're never cheating. You're never lying about your traveling. Do you understand? Because when you feel that you're lying, that means there's something wrong. Never lie in the first place. Just say, hey, expose the truth. This is what you're doing. Is it okay for you to do this? Do you understand? Go ask them. No matter what, I really asked them. I said, hey, I'm going from this place. How long have I been traveling? They asked me. For 7 months now. For 7 months. They said, yeah, go Perth. They said to me, go Perth. Thank you very much. No matter what, thank you. They wrote in the computer everything. He's been traveling for 7 months Australia. On this much. I've been traveling. It's good with them. It's good with me. So no matter what, guys, I've got nothing to hide. I've just exposed it completely right here. You understand? I've exposed it completely. I realize I'm a person who can travel. I have time freedom. You understand? Realize this, no matter what, everything's excellent in my world. Guys, in Cairns, I really say in Cairns, I said, the woman asked me, how long have you been traveling? I said, 7 months now, since July 4th. She wrote it down. She put it in the computer. So where are you going next? Perth. I said to Townsville. I said, I'll go in Townsville. I went to Townsville, I went to Bendick Island, went to Townsville, went to Cairns, and here I am in Perth. And I said to the guy also, I'll be going to Darwin. He said, how long? I said, 1 month. He says, you go. He says, what do you do for business? I said, my business is online. I have a Wix website. You see my website? I said, yeah, you can click over here, you can see my website, you can see everything I do. That's it, nothing else. The guy's like, yeah, all right, come back in a month's time. That's it, here I am. Is there something wrong I'm doing? No. Why? Because I've been said that I can do it. There's no shame in me now. You understand? Now, realize, I was a person who thought I may have done something wrong. Guess what? I said, this is what I'm doing. Here I am in the light now, exposing it completely now. You understand? If you can do it in your country, you can do it. You can do it as long as you can do it. Because many people who do drugs, who are doing drugs, for example, they may be doing drugs, they may be drinking alcohol, they may be really people who have debt, they may be on allowance, they may never do it because too much money that say their money is going in places where it's poor. Go invest your money in better places. You can probably also do what I do. You understand? No matter what. So am I cheating? No. Why would I be cheating? Why would I be cheating? What for? I'm smarter because guess what? I get to really invest my time in better ways. I get to work on myself. I get to work on my actual self-education courses. I get to think long-term perspective. Understand? So long-term, say for 1 year I travel Australia. It's been 9 months now. Think about it now. In 9 months, how many weeks are there? Let's say in for every week, for example, 9 times 4 is 9, 18, 32, 41. 41 weeks. 41 weeks times 40 hours a week. 40 times 40. How much is that? Guys, no matter what, you go calculate it. You understand? And then you'll find out how many days extra I have. I have over 2 months extra days. Too much extra. I have more and more now. I have 2 months extra life while they have been working and I've been traveling. I've been traveling for 9 months. I in 2 months had extra time in that. period. Why? To do me. I was just doing me. I focused on me, and I already increased my lifespan that way. They said I increased my time, I increased my money, I increased the person I am, and I increased my long perspective too. Because guess what? When they're working at 9 to 5, they're just pressuring themselves. They're just dying. You understand? They're dying because people say, "Go this way, go do that, go live that, go do this," and they're just drinking too much caffeine to get to work. They're in the traffic. They're stressed. They're negatively stressed. They're paying bills. Guess what? That decreases their lifespan in the long run. But because I'm free from the 9 to 5, I can travel Australia. I'm free to travel Australia, as I've been said. No matter what they've said, I can do it. I can do it. Guys, I'm traveling. Guess what? In the long run, I may be able to outlive them for 10 more years because they work in a 9 to 5, and here I am free from 9 to 5. I get to live an extra 10 years just based on that, just because I stay away from a 9 to 5 job. And so it's all that negative stress. You understand? That's why I think long term, I think, hey, how can I outsmart the crowd? You understand? No matter what, I outsmarted the crowd, didn't I? Yeah, I did. In a sense, because why? Because I'm adding value. I'm adding value. I'm doing life on my terms, really. I'm doing life on my terms. I'm realizing, hey, I exposed who I am. I'm not a fraud. I'm not a fraud. I want to be a fraud. You understand? When somebody makes you go somewhere because you must go, you must do it. You understand? You must do it. When they force you in prison, and the coppers are taking you to prison, you have to go. You have to go. What are you going to do? You can never back out. You can never back out. How are you supposed to back out? Otherwise, they kill you. They say, otherwise, they'll kill you. They'll chase you, no matter what. And listen, in that type of aspect, you have to realize, what can you do? That there's an outside circumstance where, listen, there may be something more than us. Realizing that you do something in terms of the outside world, in terms of breaking the outside world's rules, and realize, listen right now, live inside right now. I need you to be inside. All I'm saying is, we are more important inside. Never look at the outside world, and realize now to better my language. Now, see for yourself in terms of the outside world, okay? Now, when I say that, you're really living inside right now. You need to realize now, you need to be a person who sees the outside world and the inside world. You need to be able to live in the inside. Now, when people in the outside world are dragging you out in terms of somewhere, you have to really live inside anyway. You understand? Never listen to those people. Now, I'm saying always live inside. Now, realize now that the outside world may drag you somewhere. All I'm saying is there may be something in the outside world that's controlling us. There may be something in the outside world that really, really punishes us. You understand? There may be something in the outside world that really, really defines us. Always. No matter what, you never know what that is. Now, no matter what, we can never explain it, we can never describe it. But guess what? There's something in the outside world ruling over us. You understand? There's something in the outside world saying, you do this, you will be punished. And you will be forced to jail. You'll be forced to do this, you'll be forced to do that. You understand? There are outside world rules. Who made them? People. You understand? So guess what? You realize now, you need to follow the outside world rules, no matter what. Now, no matter what, you guys may call me lucky for how I live my life, but you realize that's self-control. The way I live my life is self-control. Do you understand? I'm a person who can do it. I'm a person who can do it. They said, I can do it, so can you. You can do it too. You just have to be smart about it. You have to realize to make sure that the world is working for you, that you're never working for money, that you're never working as a slave for money in terms of the 9 to 5. Never worked for a 9 to 5 in the first place. Look at me. I'm a person who's just living my life. Now, many people may argue about this, but there's nothing to argue about because I'm allowed to do it. Why? I'm doing it right now. Do you understand? When a person is doing something, they're allowed to do it. It's so simple. And there's no laws broken. You understand? When you're allowed to do it, you're free. You just enjoy your life. You just be you. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else. When a person is with a woman who's very sexy, he's allowed to be with her. He deserves it. When I travel the world 9 months, I deserve it. I'm here. I've been doing it. You understand? You can never deny that. Those people who deny that, those people who are against me for it, those people who realize, hey, this guy's a cheat, whatever, guys, you just realize that you would never be able to do that by hating me. You understand? You'll never be able to do it Because as soon as you're jealous of me for being able to live my life the way I do, you'll never be me in my life. You'll never be able to accomplish what I have in my life. And I've accomplished more than most people. I've accomplished more than the world. So realize I'm talking about my world. I'm never talking about the outside world. You understand? What people have done in the outside world, you have to realize I live inside. I never care about them. I never care about them. I see the outside world have accomplished their matters. I accomplished my matters. My matters is just be better than yesterday, and that's what I teach you in these videos. That's why being better than yesterday, everything I've done upon this point is all self-control. You understand? To be able to travel Australia on the money that I have, you understand, is also self-control, discipline, to stay away from people, to stay away from certain aspects of life, and to just realize that now we're just giving value. We're just talking about value now. Let's realize now, no matter what, that we are all adding value, that we're never jealous of other people, that we're never doing anything to hurt other people, but that we just do something incredible in terms of life experience and something that's actually going to help us in the long run. You understand? So being able to travel, being free, financially free, guys, that's a life. I see it. I'm 9 months in now. Guys, no matter what, I can work to 9 to 5 now, and I can be mostly ahead of everybody else anyway. I'm always, no matter what, I'm ahead of everybody else anyway. You understand? I'm ahead of the outside world in everything I do. And I just own that completely. I'm honestly about myself all the time. You understand? I'm always ahead of everybody else in life. And I say that because I'm never living in the outside world. I'm a person who's living inside of me. I'm never competing with anybody in the outside world. And guess what? That's why I'm unique. That's why I'm a person that I am, because I live my life in integrity. I'm a person who's always living my life and giving the most value I can. And I show my value, I expose my value, and I show myself completely who I am now. I show myself completely, I show my finances. You can see my finances inside my Mega Drive. You can see everything that you need to see. How much finances I have, how much I've had for the past 3 years, how much I've had in terms of money value in the past 3 months. No matter what, you can see it, okay? In the most recent 3 months, I've had around $3,000. From January to March, so from January to April, I've had around $3,000 in money value. In a sense, no matter what, I have more than money value anyway. I have me, I'm better than yesterday, I'm healthy. Health is more important than $3,000. Realize, never limit yourself to what you see in life. Never limit yourself to the money in your bank account. Guys, you're more important than money. Okay, some people actually, in the outside world, they really see money in terms of that the money is better than them. I'm always better than the money. Now, I'm never seeing what the outside world sees. You understand? Listen, be yourself, be a person who's never looking at the outside world and what they're doing. Look at what you are doing, because those people who are into worldly events are looking outside to solve the outside matters. You never solve outside matters. What you do, you solve yourself, and that way, the world will be solved through you. Now, what is the world? The world is you, and that's what you matter. You understand? That's what you matter about. Now, you never matter about anything. All you matter about is nothing. Realize that. A matter is worry. You understand? But you are mindset. Okay? Mindset is key. Never matter. Matter is the outside world. Everything in the outside world is worry. All right? When you're watching what the outside world is doing, you're full of worry. You're full of scarcity. You're dragged down. People are controlling you. Okay? Now listen, I'm never controlling you. I see that people in the outside world are controlling people who are living in the outside world. And no matter what, that's what I see. And you have to realize that the outside world is never you. And you must be you inside. You said, because the outside world is always going to punish you for anything you may have done in terms of anything in life. You understand? So no matter what, just realize that you're never the outside world. Realize that you just never punish yourself. You understand? That way you'll live free. Guys, that's how a self-controlling person, how to self-control yourself is the way for your life. You understand? That's how a self-controlling person really does life in terms of everything, and how you can really, really help yourself succeed. How you really can discipline yourself and travel the world. You understand? That's another perspective. I gave you a perspective. Please never hate me. You understand? Please never hate me. I gave you value in this video. Let's just move up from this point. Let's realize there's a better world for us. Guys, you have me over the next 73 years. It's more than the government, in terms of the outside government, can ever give me. Do you understand? Let's just put it that way, that I'll give you more value over the next 73 years than any person out there, any entity out there can give me. Now listen, I never care about them. I'm first in my life. You understand? Do you understand? Now listen, I am more valuable than the outside world. I'm more valuable than the outside world. So anything that the outside world has given me in terms of money, I'll give you more over the next 33 years. Do you understand that? Guys, let's just put that into perspective. Guys, no matter what, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I hope that no matter what, you've learned something. And I hope that you take action today, because let's put it into practice now. Let's make sure that we are adding more value now. Understand? I'll make sure no matter what, I finish up this video, I add some value for myself in terms of I have to eat. I have to eat something. I have to go and shop inside Woolworths. I have to get myself some more food, more peanuts, lentils. I have to realize that I have to do my daily life. And currently here in the outside world, there's a coronavirus going on. So guess what? I'm healthy, I'm vegan, I'm sober, I'm real, I'm giving you value. I have a self-education program, I'm traveling, I have time freedom. Remember, you can do it also. But no matter what, you just have to be more than smart enough. You have to go where smart work is. You have to do smart. Remember, that's how you be self-controlling. That's how you be a more self-disciplined person. You become more smart, you'll be more self-controlling. You become more smart, that is how to self-control yourself. That is how to discipline yourself. That is how to self-love yourself. That is how to do everything. Guys, I've given value for you in this video. Make sure that you go and take action, you apply it, you practice it, you own it, you complete it, realize you are it, and that you achieve it better, and you keep growing. Guys, see you guys in the next video. See you guys in the next video. Thank you very much.